got Jennifer Wilson, tons of years as a registered nurse and schooling and dermatology and doing all kinds of fun stuff now. Filler, Botox, laser, it just goes on and on and on. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
So what has been everybody knows Botox, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't that originally created to stop cross-eyed? If you were cross-eyed, they would shoot it in. Was that the initial reason for creating it?
I believe so. And since then, they've really gotten a lot of FDA approvals for different types of medical issues, hyperhidrosis, also migraines being another one that was FDA approved. So
I saw the migraines. Yeah. I didn't believe it at first, but I know a lot of people that swear by it. Do you see a lot of good results with the migraines?
So I personally don't treat migraines for Botox. It's something that has to be diagnosed by a neuro. Yeah. So and then insurance can actually pay for the treatment.
Oh, isn't that fun?
Yeah.
Shocker. I'm so shocked that the migraine part of it. No way.
Yeah. And it just so happens that one of the areas is the frontalis, the forehead. So it helps. It's like kind of a 2-for-1 for some. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty effective. And a lot of my clients who get treated with it, they say that it helps a lot. So
with like Botox, when that comes down where you can use it, does that go through an FDA process, or is there another person that says, okay, you can now start using that as a treatment?
Yeah, that's a good question. Actually, Botox is FDA approved. It's considered cosmetic, so cosmetic Botox. And they have done research in different areas of muscles in the face. So the glabella being one of them, the frontalis, the forehead, and then the crow's around the eyes. So once it gets that FDA approval, then we can use it in those areas. Also, I did dermatology for years, and we had hyperhidrosis, so we could diagnose that.
And what's that?
Excessive sweating under the arms, or actually in your hands as well. Mm-hmm. And that would be approved through the insurance in some patients, and that was quite effective. So it stops the sweat gland from producing sweat, so it actually constricts the sweat glands.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. No.
So what's the negative? Is there a negative to that? Because you're like, are you clogging the pore?
No, not at all. It's just the muscle around the sweat gland. So
really?
Yeah, it's pretty game changing.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
No sweat.
And you offer that at your clinic?
Well, for us, we can do it. It's just not put through the insurance
You
process.
Want to go to her. Do not go anywhere that goes through insurance.
Yeah.
Go back
you
and look.
Pay out of pocket with us, but we
Happy
can
to
still
hear.
do it, and it works.
This episode is brought to you by Fiji. More than just water.
This is not just rock. It's ancient volcanic rock that filters tropical rain, giving it double the electrolytes and its signature soft, smooth taste. It's not just water. It's Fiji water.
This episode is brought to you by Let's Get Checked. Are you the man your father was? Recent studies have shown that men's testosterone levels have dropped substantially since the 1980s at about an average of 1% per year. Think about how old your father was when he was born. For example, if he was 30, your testosterone levels could be 30% lower than his. Low testosterone levels can have all types of health effects on men. It can affect your mood, sex drive, memory, muscle mass loss, you name it. And yes, low testosterone is more common the older you get, but it can affect men at any age. So let's talk about today's sponsor, Let's Get Checked. You can order a testing kit that will be delivered to you in a discreet packaging with next-day delivery. Once your sample arrives in the laboratory, confidential results will be available from your secure online account within 2 to 5 days. So, if you want to test your hormone levels without having to leave your home, visit trylgc.com/MSCS Media and get 25% off your test using the code MSCS Media. The link is in the description at the top. Wow.
3 to 4 months, no sweat. So.
How many treatments is that needed? Is it painful? Because you're gonna have people at your door on that one.
Yeah. I use ice and really small needles. I can't give away my specialty there, but my little secret. But yes, so it's quick and easy and virtually painless. And then it sets in about 3 to 4 days, sometimes up to a full 2 weeks, and then it works for 3 to 4 months.
Wow. Okay. So if Rob and I want to stop wearing dark shirts,
yes,
right? I'm actually not wearing a dark shirt because of that right now, but hypothetically,
right.
Okay. So me and Rob walk in, and we don't want sweaty armpits anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So take us. What do we do?
You just call my office, book an appointment, and tell them that you want to come in we can do a complimentary consultation because I always offer those. And then we could treat that day for Botox, and that's it.
Really? And then how long?
15 minutes later, you're good. You're on your way.
Really? And then how long do I have to come back before I can't wear I can't wear any light shirts again?
Around 3 to 4 months. Most people,
That's one thing. I've never had an issue with sweat. Like my buddy would sweat and be the yellow stains you see in the shirts.
Kill shirts.
Oh,
I thank God I never had that ever.
Imagine how
women have it too, though.
Really?
They do, and then also in their palms. So that's another.
Right, sweaty palms when you go shake a hand.
Yeah.
Now, how does that work? You shoot the hand up?
You do.
And it has to be specific spots?
Yeah, so it's in the palm and then down the fingers, actually. That one tends to hurt a little bit.
Yeah, but if you got a sweaty hand and you're a guy and you have to shake people's hand,
Yeah, I actually did it.
Did it?
Myself.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool. These are cool things I had no idea about.
Yeah. So
imagine being that guy going to a meeting, like you have a big meeting coming up, and you got sweaty hands because you're nervous, and you go shake a big guy's hand with that manly handshake, and you're just soaking wet.
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
You're not getting the deal.
For sure.
You're done.
Because they're like, what?
Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And that's Botox too?
That is.
Wow. Yeah.
So that would paralyze the muscle, right? Mm-hmm. And then it paralyzes the sweat gland?
It does.
Ah.
So it does. And then it also does the same thing when you inject it on the face. So when you do like your forehead, you don't sweat as well. We also use like micro Botox in the pores so you're not as shiny, not as oily. We use those in different concoctions as well.
So the micro Botox would be somebody who has, when you look at them, you can see all their pores, like really vividly, right?
Yes.
It kind of fills that in?
Yeah, definitely. Or they just want like a softer complexion. And we can use it in microneedling as like a topical solution mixed with a few other ingredients. And we apply that, and it kind of goes into those microchannels.
Shit. And one thing I always hear, because my friend, he does a bunch of facelifts, Dr. Ozzy, and he would, like when I would sit there and wait for him, people are always worried that when they get Botox, they're going to, like one thing's going to go up and down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could you explain what that is and how you guys always avoid it? Because I hear that constantly.
Yes. So I think it's every injector's issue that they have to worry about that, right? But it comes with experience. It comes with knowing anatomy. And it's not all cookie cutter. Like each person's frontalis muscle, they are different, and some can tolerate Botox and some can't. So there's different approaches that I take with that. So there's using injection techniques that keep it higher, making sure to really analyze the muscle movement prior to. I use my hands. Actually, I feel the muscle and then have them elevate their eyebrows and feel like where they're stronger on one side versus the other. I actually push down and ask them to fight against my hands and see if it's weak. And then if they're going to droop, I can see that. I can anticipate it. So I kind of have to accommodate for that. But I also, I can err on the side of caution and then have them come back in 2 weeks. Every new Botox patient, I'm having them come back in 2 weeks and saying, let's set up the appointment now. If it's perfect the way you like it, we can cancel it. But let's just have it there just to make sure. And you're not walking around with that weird Spocky eyebrow thing because nobody wants that. So that's kind of how we avoid it.
The first time I went in, it was probably 10 years ago. And my friend said, I get 60 IU. Is it IU?
It's units. Yeah.
Units. Units. Okay.
Yeah. Same thing.
So I went into my guy and I said, give me 90. And he's like, I'm not giving you 90.
Yeah.
I just give it to me. Just give it.
Yeah.
He's like, if you want more, you can come back.
Exactly.
A little bit, was back the next day. And he's like, you didn't even give it 3 days. You have to give it
yes.
3 days or something, right?
You have to give it 2 weeks.
Oh, it's 2
Yes.
weeks?
Yeah.
Well, I would go in early on, beg him to give me more, then go right into the sauna, which he told me not to do.
Yes.
I
have patients just like you.
Yeah. Well, we keep coming back. Why does the sauna mess that up? So if anyone who's getting Botox, for some reason, the sauna throws... This podcast is brought to you by Monster Energy. Tear into a can of the meanest energy drink on the planet, Monster Energy. It's the ideal combo of the right ingredients in the right proportion to deliver a big bad buzz that only Monster can. Monster packs a powerful punch, has a smooth, easy drinking flavor. Athletes, musicians, co-eds, road warriors, metalheads, geeks, hipsters, and bikers dig it. You will too. Monster Energy is more than just the green OG. Monster has Monster Ultra, Juice Monster, Monster Hydro, Rehab Monster, Dragon Tea, Monster Max, Muscle Monster, and many more. Buy on Amazon, buy on Walmart, or go to monsterenergy.com and believe me, you'll find a place. Unleash the beast. Monster Energy. This episode is brought to you by Manscaped.com. Breaking news, Manscaped now sells beard products. That's right, they are once again revolutionizing men's grooming with brand new Beard Hedger Pro Kit. From a beard trim to a fresh shave, the technology behind Beard Hedger Pro Kit allows you to shave your signature beard look. Now you can finally use Manscaped products to make your drapes match your carpet by going to manscaped.com and using code MSCS Media for 20% off and free shipping. No one likes a weird beard, so say goodbye to all the stubble trouble with Manscaped's Pro Beard Kit. It all starts with the Beard Hedger. This thing is a monster of fixing faces. First off, this cordless trimmer has a rotary wheel that gives you 20 hair cutting lengths, all with one guard. No more messing around in drawers, this color one, that color one, all with one guard. Plus, it's waterproof, so you can shave in the shower and avoid all that hair in the sink. The Pro Kit doesn't end there, though. First, there's the beard shampoo and conditioner. You need to remember your hair is different. Next, Manscaped's beard oil. Cap it off with beard balm. The Pro Kit also comes with 3 different gifts: a beard brush, comb, and scissors to ensure your beard is ready to impress. So get 20% off and free shipping with the code MSCS Media at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com. Use the code MSCS Media. Close that off?
It's not just the sauna. It's just
exercising.
Exercising, yes. It's any kind of like heat or sweating, anything like that. You just don't want to move the product to where it's not supposed to be, like, getting a dropped eyebrow, getting that spot, just it would be essentially really hard to do that. But this is kind of erring on the side of caution and just making sure that we have the best possible outcomes for our patients.
And with Botox, can you remove that, or that's the one, once it's in, it's in?
So no, you
can't. That's the time one, right?
Yeah.
That's the time. But the filler they can remove, I think.
Filler, most of them can be removed.
They can put something in to eat it
We can
up.
dissolve almost all of them. Not all of them, but yes.
That's not a fun time, though, right?
I mean, it's not what we strive for, but yeah.
I mean, for the patient.
Yeah, it's not terrible. I've actually removed more filler from patients coming in from other offices with like crazy things going on, and I'm just glad that there's a solution for it, that I can say, let's take this off, take this down, and then kind of start over.
So when you see, watch these reality TV shows, right? And I see the women on the Desperate Housewives and all that, right? And their lips are like, I can't even, that's filler, right? That they're putting in their lips?
Yes, most of the time. Now, back in the day, and sometimes in Miami, we've heard about this, like using silicone in the lips. That's permanent. So I do have some celebrity clients that have silicone in their lips, and I kind of have to work around it, and there's nothing I can do except they could have it like surgically removed.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a rough one.
I know. I don't recommend that.
No. And then what's the regulations with this? Because maybe not too long ago, everybody was doing fix a flat in the ass.
Oh my
All
gosh.
right, he got it up.
Yeah.
A woman arrested
I
for
read about
using.
this.
You did
Yeah.
it? I don't know who did it. But this was like one of however many.
She used it on herself down here, I believe.
Crazy.
But there was a pile of doctors in Miami, around here, California, that they were literally using Fix-A-Flat and...
I believe a few people died actually from this procedure.
So when you get that, how are the regulations? Like, how could that guy get away with that? Okay, he orders 20 vials of Botox, great. But then he has 20 vials of real make your butt big, but 20 vials of Fix-A-Flat to put in the empty vials. Like, how does that all work and get away with it and only get caught when somebody gets sick?
It's crazy. It really should be more regulated as it is, but you can literally go on the internet and purchase Botox and filler from other countries. I get approached actually in my Instagram and my DMs from like off crazy places trying to, so I could save money on it. But for what I do, I have my license. I'm a nurse practitioner and I have a medical director who is a dermatologist. She's also my business partner. I mean, this is just stuff that we're not willing to risk. So I would never, use something that's not FDA approved, purchased in this country from my reps. And, all I know is that I do the right thing and my patients know that and respect it.
But look at this guy. She paid a doctor $700 for the treatments. And then he told her, oh, don't worry. It'll just be fine. We just keep injecting with the stuff and it'll all work itself out. Like, that's wild.
That is wild.
Fix-A-Flat. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Now, I don't know. I mean, this was back in a while ago, right? I think it's a different world now, especially with Instagram kind of blowing up aesthetics, and it's a more educated consumer. We've done a lot of like education on trying to let our patients know, like, what to look for and things like that. So I would hope that would be stopped. I mean, recently we had someone in Jupiter, though, like, he was injecting and didn't even have a medical license. And they had to do a sting operation. And I don't know. Is
it people just trying to save money? Like, what is it? Why go to these clinics that aren't licensed? Is it they're, well, you may charge this, and they're like, oh, I can save myself a few bucks? Is that kind of what it is most of the time? Or
I feel like in this instance it was, yes. And then So the products themselves aren't cheap, right? So it's not like you have these big markups on them, like filler and Botox. It's expensive, and Botox just went up like another 3.5%. I just read on the email, So it's just the pricing goes up and the competition goes up. So they just kind of want to make that
thing.
That dollar. I don't know. Yeah.
I think they just try to find the cheaper way to do it. Now, who decides that the Botox price goes up? Like, who has the patent on it?
That's Allergan.
Really?
Yeah, that's but there are other Botox brands out there. So Botox has been around forever, right? So I like to use other brands in my practice as well, because they offer different qualities. So there's Daxxify, which is a longer lasting Botox. There's Xeomin. It doesn't have any accessory proteins or no additives in it. It's considered like a cleaner Botox. And then there's Dysport. So there's all different kinds. There's Jeuveau. So
yeah, I just know the Juvederm is something, and a couple that I've heard throughout the years. I don't even know which one Ozzy puts in, but I don't know.
Yeah. So Juvederm is by Allergan. It's another filler. It's been around for a very long time. There's also newer, in my opinion, better technology that is more natural looking and more flexible with anatomy and muscle movement, and also doesn't cause as much like puffiness and lumpy, bumpy. Just looks and feels more natural.
Yeah, and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So, other than Botox, what is the most that people come in for?
I'm actually one of my favorite things to do, and I consider myself an expert in, is a non-surgical facelift. So I do like these PDO threads. So they actually lift the fat pads back up to where they used to be. And there's nothing really else like it. It's instant, and then it gets better over time. As it breaks down, it's creating collagen under the skin. And it lasts about a year and a half. And it's magical. It just is a game changer for most people if they're the right candidate. And it's not putting a lot of filler in their face, making them look crazy or just overfilled. It's more natural and pulled and beautiful.
And the way things have changed. Remember when we were growing up or you were growing up, if you heard facelift, I used to always think that they cut here, ripped all your
and
skin
pulled it
up.
all up. Yeah.
Yeah, like a monster.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and then pulled it back down. Is that how they used to do it? Did they actually really do that? Cut here and like rip all of your face up?
I don't know. I'm not too.
You got 10 years of medical.
We didn't go over that. I wish I went
doctor out
to
there, rip faces off.
I wish I went to the plastic surgery, surgeon field, but I do love what I do now. But so today it's more of like very minimal incisions, cutting behind the ears, like front, like eyebrow or forehead lifts are really a big thing now, coming back again. It's a ponytail facelifts.
What's that one?
It's like making you look like you have like that pulled tight ponytail, like pulling up everything.
Oh, really? Like super pulled up, right?
Yeah.
Super duper
And it's
pulled
like a deep plane in the muscles. It's lifting the muscles back up, not just like the skin.
What's the average age you see? We'll start with women first. To come in for treatments. Like, is there not 16-year-olds or what age do they start?
Well, I even have someone come in like 20-year-olds.
Right.
Yeah, micro Botox, preventative Botox. So we see a lot of that, and it's about the half of the amount of dosage that we typically do, and just to help prevent literally those lines from forming. So they're not etched in, they're not at rest.
At like deep cuts in almost, right?
Exactly.
Do you think nowadays, with all this social media and kids, adults, they seem to never be happy? I mean, I go get Botox, right? But I just want to be an old guy that looks good with a cigar one day on a chair,
I can see that.
Yeah, I want to have like a full head of hair,
I got that.
not too wrinkly, good tan, and smoke a cigar on my lawn chair. But, like these kids now, they see all this stuff on social media, and I think it's called like a dysphoria type of thing, and nothing against them, but they look the individual looks in the mirror and they see not what everyone else sees. Like their lips are huge,
right?
Or they're at the right spot and they don't need any. They look beautiful,
totally.
But in their head, they're ugly and they need more. Mm-hmm. And then next thing you know, they're out to here and out to here and out to here, and they think they look great, right? Because they're maxed out. How do you deal with that? And do you think that's a cause of social media, or it was there and that was just the cherry on top?
I think women and men have suffered from dysmorphia for a long time, especially with the media. And before it was Instagram, it was magazines, and then it was, commercials and movies, and it's just all across the board, just how we are geared. But I do think that Instagram really brings more of it to life because it's at our fingertips and it's just, constant.
Keeping up with the Joneses.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so you're exposed to so much, and you can see like literally like what everyone is doing. And it's kind of scary because I have 2 little girls and I'm like, what is that going to look like, in 10 years from now? I just don't know. But yes, I do see the lips are getting bigger and bigger, and it's like, who does that even look good on? Like, I don't know. So if a patient comes to me, and this is one of the things that they say that, they value in me as a practitioner, is when to say no, is when to start to say, okay, I don't think you need that right now, or let's look at something else, or maybe we should skip that this time. You just have to kind of be subtle about it, but always having that editing eye and not just trying to make a buck or sell that syringe or whatever, because it's really your name on the patient's face. And also we want them to look good and feel good. And just not get it trapped into this
this constant
I don't know.
hamster wheel.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And instead of being a jerk about it, you go about it in a kind and caring way.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we could do this one instead to get you off of A, B, or C, or just no. Right?
Exactly.
Sometimes it's got to be no.
Yes.
Now, have you had to fix some of these butts?
I have not had to fix any butts, thank God, knock on wood. But I'll be
Not yet.
not yet, but I'll be open to, helping out any way I can. But I have not seen this in practice, so has not made our way up.
And when I went through a lot that you have and other, places have, it seems to me that everything starts in China. And it's always right in China, and then we get it years later or other countries. Like China's had Botox forever. Filler forever. The spinning the blood thing forever.
Oh, right, yeah.
Ever and ever and ever.
In Korea.
Yeah, Korea, that's right. Yeah.
That's where all the threads come from. They've been doing it for years. We messed it up. We had to redo it.
Yeah.
People are still scared of it, but it's come a long way. So, yeah.
And why do you think that is, that it all comes from other countries like that? Do you think it's because they have more free will to do things?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Well, like I look at a shaman, right?
Yeah.
And we're all here getting Botox and whatever it may be. A shaman's out in the middle of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's getting Botox.
Eating
and he lives to like 190.
Eating the right stuff.
No wrinkles.
Totally. I think
Mud
it's a
on their
lot about
face.
the food that we eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this
Makes
is
a
just
big difference.
toxicity to death, right?
In moderation.
Yeah, in moderation. Now, talk to me about the, is it called the one where they spin the blood, you do the facial?
Yes,
I
I
know.
love it.
It's like fantastic, right?
Well, actually, it's come a long way. So we've been doing PRP for years, right? This is platelet-rich plasma. It's where we draw your blood, spin it down in the centrifuge, extract the gold, the yellow gold. And that is full of like cytokines and growth factors. And what that does is when it's applied to the skin or injected, it helps to create collagen. It helps to thicken your skin, give you glowing, skin, and also helps with pores. But it doesn't really give volume. So now we've come out with this new procedure to heat it and then cool it, and then it actually turns into like a thick filler.
Wow.
And we're using it all over the face.
Wow.
So it's also regenerative, and it's a biostimulator, so it stimulates your body to make that collagen.
That's cool.
And then it also has like the growth factors in it to turn your stem cells on to repair itself. So it's really where we're headed in regenerative medicine.
That, Aaron Rodgers, the football player who did his Achilles?
Yes.
That's what he got done. He got that. No, he got the platelets done, but the whole body thing.
Awesome, yeah.
The platelets
Put back in
and
then.
stem cells and one other thing I forget.
That makes
it's something new.
Well, there's also stem cells and exosomes. So that's a whole nother.
Can you break those two down?
Yeah, so stem cells we've been using in aesthetic medicine. They come from the umbilical cord, true stem cells. What they do is they go in the body and they're alerted by anything that's like damaged, and then it tries to repair itself. In a perfect world, a stem cell can replicate another cell and repair it. It's pretty amazing.
And correct me if I'm wrong. Originally, I had read on the reports like PubMed that this stem cell does this, that, the other.
Mm-hmm.
But I've read an updated report that a stem cell from the umbilical cord is a stem cell.
It's a stem cell.
They're all just the same stem cells. It's a matter of where you site inject it, right? Or how it's used.
Yes.
But there isn't 97 different stem cells.
No.
There's one, and it's how you use it.
Exactly.
Huh.
It comes from the Wharton's jelly, and
Thank you.
a stem cell
This
is a
made me
stem
feel
cell.
very smart.
Yeah, no, I validate that. So it just goes to try to replicate and become. They're pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And then exosomes are stem cell communicators. So it's what the stem cells secrete, and then they try to turn on the other stem cells. So at first, we were kind of injecting everything. We were injecting stem cells. We were doing PRP mixed with the stem cells. Then we went into exosomes, and we were mixing those in and trying to figure out, what was the best. And now the FDA has actually shut down the use of stem cells.
Dirty motherfucker.
Yes, I know. It's insane.
And what would be the reasoning behind that? Or they just decided to ban it like they did dog and cat antibiotics?
So the belief and the word on the street is that the FDA is studying it and coming out with their stem cells where they can make money on the stem cells.
Wow.
So,
That's
shocker.
Guess that.
Shocker, right? But they had broken it down so that, I would believe that there's different types of stem cells,
Right.
and these ones are legal in Portugal, and these ones are legal in Peru and Colombia. And my friends would fly to Colombia to get this shit done.
Yeah.
And then when that latter report came out that they're all the same,
Yeah.
it's just the government.
We shut it down.
Wow.
I was doing it in the office that I was at previously, and we were doing it in the IVs. I was shooting it through the nose to break the blood-brain barrier. I mean, we were doing it in the spinal cord, in the IVs, everywhere.
And working like a charm.
And it was amazing. Yeah.
And they banned it all?
All.
Wow. When did they ban it all?
It was 2021, I believe.
Oh, so now you have to go through like a compound pharmacy,
No.
or you can't get it, period, here.
You cannot inject stem cells legally in this country. As of right now. I mean, and I'm sure people are doing it, like we talked about with the butt injections and all of that, but things go on. But yeah. And so now we're using exosomes topically. That's how
you rub it on?
Yes. So you have to make like microchannels in the skin with like microneedling, so you're getting it absorbed. And we use it for hair regeneration as well, which it works beautifully.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's wild.
I'm writing that down just in case it starts to go back. Because
But they make
gotta have your game plan.
Oh, I will.
They make a purpose. Like you hear the word stem cell, it always has like what I always thought was like a negative. Like that's just the way I took it. And reading more about it, it's not. But you're just made to believe, oh no, stem cells stay away, bad. It's not good for you.
Yeah.
Like purposely almost that they've made it that way.
Yeah, I thought there was literally 20 different ones and they weren't approved here. So it's that's why all these guys are going to Peru and Colombia, because it's approved there.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then a whole entire publication comes out that it's just one stem cell.
There's
Kind
certain
of,
ways
right?
to harvest the stem cells. So there's like adipose tissue that you can get, like fat from your body, liposuctioned, and then you can extract stem cells from that. So they're your own stem cells, or you can get them like donated stem cells. So, but most people are getting them donated just because it's so much easier. But yeah, that's all happening in Mexico,
But not here.
no.
So now they're going to make them synthetic. If I had to take a wild guess, because it's cheaper. Now we have synthetic stem cells here in the U.S. Do you see that happening?
It's definitely going to be something coming out in the horizon, because we're into the bioregenerative medicine and, the exosomes and the PRP. It just all kind of follows suit with that.
Isn't that a shame? And all you had to do before was just the PRP with the stem cells, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and you're good.
And I have that pulled up there on your site there, the PRP facial. This is what you're talking about, right?
Every single person I know that got that done, and I see them, their faces like unbelievable.
Did
glows,
Millie have this
Fucking
done?
glows.
Did Millie do this one?
I don't think she has. No.
No, it fucking
Not yet.
glows.
No.
glows.
It's your own body. It's amazing.
Don't they call it like vampire face?
Oh,
after they
yeah.
get done?
Yes.
Right?
That's been around for a long time, the vampire facial. So we use exosomes now instead of the PRP. So it's it's like 100 times stronger than the PRP, and you don't have to draw your own blood.
Oh, wow.
It's amazing.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. Go up to services.
Yep, these are all the treatments right here.
Okay, scroll down, because some of these I don't know. And okay, so full facial, that you're balancing everything out.
Yes, that's one of my favorite things to do, because
Click
it's
on
like
that, Rob.
it's like treating I don't know, like for a guy to understand, like, so like a car. Like you want the front end of the car to not be like a Ford and the back to be like a Rolls Royce. You know, you want the whole thing to look good, right? So I don't want to do just like your lips and then the rest of it not be like in proportion and looking great. So I like to do full facial correcting and balancing. And a lot of that is like looking at the chin, the cheeks, the lips, all of it, you know.
A lot
jawline.
of what you do when I was going through it, it's very artistic.
Thank you. Yes.
Because it's, to me, just my opinion, it just seems evening everything out. Like you look at it, and then it's, if you're going to draw a picture or a canvas, you know, and straighten it out and this and that.
It would almost have to be, right? Yeah, you're like,
well, but most people, you'll go in and be like, oh, you're off on this side. Bang. And now you're off on this side. Okay, come back. Let me even that out. Then they get 2 bills.
Right.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to say it, but you know that's what they do.
Well, I like to look at it before I start because a lot of times, yes, one side is heavier than the other or less than the other. And so we just kind of like to do like a good an analysis prior to and consultation.
Now, when they say non-surgical chin augmentation, my friend got this done in Philadelphia. What did they do there?
That is filler.
That's filler,
Yeah.
right?
in the chin.
In the chin.
They just shoot it right in the chin?
Right in the chin. I mean, it's not just one area, but
Right.
yeah. And it's actually really nice on men.
Yeah, when they don't get too much.
Yeah.
I've seen one.
Really?
Yeah,
Big
I can't
chin?
remember.
The Jay Leno chin.
The Jay Leno chin, exactly.
Really?
Yeah, there was an actor, and he was getting ready for a movie. And I think they did it purposely for the movie, I think.
Oh, that's funny.
But, I mean, it definitely was a Jay
Maybe
Leno
some
chin.
boxers could get that done to help their jawline, no?
For
You
sure.
think?
Yes.
Really? What would that happen if a boxer got that done? Would that benefit them? You might have a whole new category.
Absolutely. I mean, any guy can benefit from it if their jawline is not as strong or their chin's retracted. We can just bring it out with the filler and really give a definite shape and contour and yeah.
Well,
There
if
you
you have
go.
UFC guys showing up.
Yeah, they got knocked out last fight. Now they're surviving.
Yeah,
Right?
we've got a bunch of men. Still trying to understand it. And then what's the new tox?
New tox is Xeomin, so that's the one
That's
I
the
touched on lightly before.
Yeah,
so
really
that's
interesting.
one of my favorite products actually because it doesn't have any additives in it, and it's purified. So
That is so cool until the point that they took away the stem cells. Those dirty fucks. Excuse my language, but motherfuckers.
right,
It's
got to
just-
bring back the stem cells.
Yep, we're gonna have to move.
You have a lot of stuff to
A
offer
lot.
here, though. Yeah.
Chemical peel, laser hair removal.
Now that one's interesting, Tommy. The chemical peel.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's so. This is the one Millie had done.
Millie
right?
did that one as well.
So she came home, and so if you know me, you could see me on camera here. I'm very light skinned, so I burn easily in the sun. I turn red and peel, and I go back to white. So she had some sunspots from over the years, and she got the chemical peel done, and she's like, "Oh, it's gonna make the marks go away, right? The spots on her face." And her skin literally just, it peels off like mine would, and the spots, the sunspots, are gone. There's
Like
no
magic.
spots.
I know. But I don't see how that could be healthy. So maybe you can
Explain
explain it to me.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I'm going on your face and I'm doing a chemical peel, I'm putting chemicals on to get rid of the dead cells in general. That's basically what it is. So then it rejuvenates and it regrows new cells, fresh, smooth.
For sure.
Okay. But if you don't continuously keep doing that, then doesn't the negative cells just get stronger and stronger and stronger and build back stronger if you don't continue the face peel?
Not necessarily.
No?
So we're shedding skin cells on a daily basis, and it's just going to continue to do that. It's just the life cycle of the skin cells. And then as we get older, they actually exfoliate off slower and slower. So they just kind of sit there and just like look dull and brown or red and just, you know, not adding that nice glow to the skin that you could have. So using things like Retin-A that helps to turn the skin cells over. We use that at night. Using chemical peels, doing that a few times a year is a really great way to help shed off those skin cells.
That's a great point. I never even thought of that,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because your hand, like right now, I'm losing cells. Cells.
Yeah.
So by you doing a chemical peel, it's just as if you would do it on my hands. You're just making it happen quicker. It's going to happen anyway.
Exactly. It's just an exfoliation process. Yeah. It's just a chemical exfoliation. So you could do mechanical exfoliation, like using a hydrofacial and using the device that exfoliates the skin that way, or dermaplaning blade that takes off the dead skin cells. It's just another way to give you that nice glow that we all love.
And the chemicals aren't harmful?
Well, I wouldn't recommend it if you're pregnant or breastfeeding.
You're right. What would you really?
But
I mean, they are. But
yeah.
But you answered my question. That's the best answer I could get. You're right. You're losing cells every day, so I didn't even think about that. I just thought you're putting chemicals on, ripping skin off.
So you got to have them there.
And as a guy,
right.
I'm going to have another bill in 2 months because we have to do this again. Remember, this is guy point.
Right, of course. Yes. No, it's more about maintenance type of thing.
Yeah. And that's kind of with all this,
exactly.
for the most part.
Yeah.
And then, Jen knows this, Tommy, and you know this. I've had my first Botox treatment. What? I don't remember.
About a month ago.
Because I got bad lines up on my head, but they're kind of gone now.
Yeah.
But
you got Botox.
Looks nice.
How many guys like myself? I can't speak for Tommy. For myself, like I was afraid to say it. Like, oh man, I got Botox done. Like,
I didn't fucking tell anybody for a long time.
I know, but why is that? What is the stigma with us men that we don't want to tell people this?
I think it's just because women have a hard time admitting it too. It's like not all like fully out of the gate for women. So they kind of set the tone, but also it's just like a masculine thing. They don't want to say, oh, I got the Botox done, or, that's a girly thing. I don't know. It's just has this like stigma.
It's
just still a cosmetic procedure.
Yeah. But
I noticed that like I've had more straight men come to me in the last few years. I mean, it is gaining traction, and men, like, once they get over that fear of it or that idea and they see a result and they trust me, they like it. I mean, they like the compliments they get. They like the feeling of looking in the mirror, like, and they come back, and they're actually really good. They're really compliant.
No man wants to age.
Yeah.
No man, I don't care who you are. Even if you're like hanging from, I don't know, like just like a tough dude, you don't want to age.
Right.
Like, no matter what. But me growing up, it's like super girly, wussy.
Right. That's how
to go get
the Botox.
Oh, yeah. Like my grandfather, if I'd be like, hey, Pop, I got Botox, he probably would bury me. Yeah. I probably would be in a grave right now.
Right.
But he's not up to what's going on now.
It's definitely a newer age thing, I believe. But, you don't want to like do too much Botox either in men. Like, I find like a little bit of a wrinkle, like aging is sexy in a guy. You don't want it to be completely like.
And the pepper hair shit.
That's
okay, right?
Pepper is all good. It's character.
Yeah.
Good.
And I look at George Clooney. I say, look.
Well, they call it now. It's up here. More men are getting Botox than ever. Here's how Brotox. I guess that's the term we're using now for men getting it. Brotox.
You've heard of this one?
Oh, yeah.
Brotox.
Oh, boy. Tell me about this Brotox.
Brotox.
It's just a fun term that we like to use in the office.
To ease it, right?
Yeah.
to ease the blow to the alpha ego that is trying to be taken away.
For sure.
And I asked you earlier, percent of women to men, but like how many men are you seeing on a regular occasion, would you say? Has the number gone up, I guess, over the years so far, or has it kind of stayed steady, or?
Yes, definitely has gone up. I would say, yeah, for sure. And
they're coming in for what normally, men?
They come in for laser hair removal for sure.
Okay.
Botox.
Just give me the Botox.
Yeah. Some definitely filler, jawline, chin filler. And then another one is actually laser, like IPL laser for brown spots, like sunspots and redness.
Yeah.
So that's another one. And then we're actually seeing more men come in for facials too, which has been really a nice surprise recently.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not ready for that one. And which one's the facial exactly?
It's a hydrofacial or just a regular facial, but it just cleans, exfoliates, gives your skin a nice glow, chemicals, kind of like a light chemical peel, and then like massage, and it's very relaxing, and our esthetician is really nice, and she's cute. And
that always helps.
I think the guys
right?
like that.
You know what I have seen work like crazy, and you have it, and I didn't believe it. And then I started reading. That microderm thing.
Mm-hmm.
What's where
Microdermabrasion?
Where the little needles.
This one.
Oh, yes, microneedling.
Microneedling.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen some shit with that one.
Yeah.
I've seen wrinkles completely go away from a guy, girl.
It's amazing.
Here, and I mean baby's ass skin.
For sure.
How does it do that?
Yeah, so there's little needles that go in the skin, about 24 of them, and they, when they go in, they give off heat, so radio frequency, and so what it does is it tricks your body into going into repair mode, and makes the collagen and elastin and new skin cells there. Oh. Yeah, and then the heat actually causes the contraction, so the tightening of the skin as well.
And that's that one right up there?
Yeah, that's it. Sulfur X.
So the heat is that's what I. Oh, okay, the heat.
Yeah,
is
that's
the
next
thing.
level with that. So there's like regular microneedling, and then there's microneedling with radio frequency, and that's really where you're going to see those amazing results and skin tightening. It is a series of treatments, but
I've seen it work.
Yeah,
guys and girls. Now, are you seeing men going for that yet? They will be.
Yeah, a small amount. I'd like to see more. I think they get scared of it, the idea of it, but it's just like anything else, and there's not a lot of downtime with it. So
yeah, you're just red for like a day or two or something. It's very natural, so you don't look like you've had anything done. You just look refreshed. Yeah.
Yeah.
We should go get that done. I'm telling you, I've seen. You know who got it done? Do you know The Bronx Tale, the movie?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Lilo Brancato.
Did he?
Yeah, he's a good friend of ours.
Wow.
Yeah, he got it done before he proposed to his girl.
No.
Nice.
Yeah, he got it done. And he's straight. Because our friend Lilo, the actor, he decided he was shaving in his bathroom or something, tripped on the dog, cracked his head open real bad before he was about to start another movie. I mean, gushing.
Wow.
Nobody was there. They had to call 911. He thought he was going to bleed to death.
Jesus.
So he went in, he got filler, and he got, plastic surgeon, but it didn't quite, it was a gash. But he got that microneedling with the frequency.
Yeah.
3 weeks later, he's almost perfect.
It's amazing on surgical or non-surgical scars. I've seen amazing results. Like I do it on breast augmentation scars or C-section scars, and it's like...
I couldn't believe it.
Huge difference.
Yeah. Remember how gashed he was?
Yeah.
I wish we might have a picture. I don't know if we have one, but it was split.
Mm-hmm.
And if you would see, just because you do it all the time, 30, 40 stitches.
Yeah.
And he's a guy who doesn't listen, so it's not like he sat still.
Right.
And it wasn't to where he wanted, and he went and got the microdermia with the frequency thing. That thing. Twice he did it twice.
Yeah.
And when I saw him over the holiday... it's a tiny scar.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
I was really happy to see that on there. What's something that people come in and they always want more? Not lips, not butt. What is the most thing that people want more where you have to say no? Look, it's not Halloween type thing. I don't mean that bad. I just mean that because I was like that too. I'm sure like I tanned too much at some period or worked out too much or ran too much. So everybody does it. I'm just curious to know which one that they want more and more and more of.
I think sometimes it's the cheeks. They want really, a lot of women like the big cheeks because they think it's going to like lift their face or take away their jowls or, kind of give them this appearance. And I'm just not a big fan of that. Like, really overfilled look. So I try to steer away from that and use like my threads instead, or the microneedling, or different technologies that we have.
I did try the threads. I got talked into that.
You did?
Yeah, I did. I tried it maybe 4 years ago. That's the one when they go in down here, right?
Yeah.
And you can almost feel the string.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd gotten it done. Yeah.
Wait, the string's inside?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a thread that goes down, and you could feel it till maybe like right here.
Mm-hmm.
It was when I had the engineering firm.
It pulls, though? But it pulls your skin?
Like they dig it down in, and you can kind of feel it, and then they go,
Yeah.
right?
Right
and
out.
then it's done.
Yeah.
Then they do it to the other side, it's done. And I didn't see anything. And maybe 2 months in, people would say to me, you know, your face looks more chiseled. And I wasn't as like super lean guy. I was just kind of lean, but not really. But it does, and it lasted a long time.
Yeah. It lifts up the jowls, or like that saggy stuff that starts to happen. You're like, how do I get rid of this? And it just like goes in, and there's little cogs on the strings, or the sugar threads. They're made of sugar. And that like adheres to the tissues, and then you can actually lift up onto the thread itself.
I think I was cheating too much. Like I would usually cheat 2 days a week, Wednesdays and Saturdays, and that pizza and ice cream. And I think I was cheating too much, like maybe 4 days a week for whatever reason, and not working out enough.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I thought I saw a double chin. And whoever I was with was like, you got to get threads. They work. They pull everything up. And remember, I'm 161, 5'9.5", talking about having a double chin, right?
Yeah.
But I think I do. So I go in and I get them done. And it really does work and last.
Yeah, we also have Kybella, which is like a injection. It melts fat. We use that sometimes underneath the chin.
Oh, I saw a picture of that. Yeah, go to treatments on that. What do you think about this? What's the name of it? About the fat loss one that
Ozempic.
Ozempic. Yeah. What do you think about that?
We actually started doing it.
Did you?
Yeah. At first I was like, no, I don't know. And then I just jumped on the bandwagon because I personally had great success with it. And also I just see so many patients like doing so well on it. And I think if you just kind of watch your patients and, you know, kind of educate them, it's really quite effective. I mean, there's really nothing else like it.
Yeah. What about NAD? Like, did you ever consider putting that in there, or is that a whole nother thing?
Yeah, so it's a whole nother thing that I have definitely thought about because I've been reading about it. My business partner actually believes in the NAD. She actually takes it and swears by it. And we also have skincare based on NAD. It actually delivers it. So it's these scientists who have biohacked the skin barrier, and you can apply it topically, and it's delivered to the skin cells. Like, it's pretty amazing.
I did it. I didn't do the IV. I went with the China Proctals, which are completely different than the USA Proctals.
Okay.
And for me, it definitely did something to me. A bunch of vets that we have had in, they've done it, but the China Proctal way, and it definitely does something. It definitely works.
Have you tried the pills or the injections?
This is just me personally, and I don't know enough about the pills. I personally don't see how it could be done in a pill.
Right. I've heard that.
I don't see how it could be done in any other way than an injection over 30 days.
Okay.
Just personally, and I just don't see any other way. Maybe the IV, but in my opinion, they're doing the IV because it's a quick way to do it, but too quick. And it's just a matter of time before Bayer or Pfizer or whoever else jumps in, realizes that it does a lot more than anti-aging. You know, if you have a hernia, it's gone. If you have another problem and it's done right, it's gone.
Wow.
I mean, it's happening. I've watched it happen. So they're going to come in, they're going to patent it.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you'll see 30 days. But right now they're letting you go with the IV while they get everything perfectly right.
Right.
And the IV will give you that little bit of when you're done, but not the real
and then it'll triple and
change your brain type shit. Yeah, it does.
That's really interesting. Yeah. I mean, I don't know enough about it, and I like to stay in my lane. I don't like to do like too much of everything.
I like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so-
Stay with what you're good at.
Yeah.
And plus, that when we go down that road, it's all weird.
And sometimes you have to really just specialize in that. It's weird. It's weird.
When they say NAD+,
yeah,
there is no NAD+. Do you know what NAD is? NAD+, send it and get it tested.
Yeah,
it's
what's
NMN.
NMN, yeah.
They're putting fucking MNN in it.
Right.
Which you could buy on Amazon 4 months ago.
Yeah.
Then they decided to ban it. And really, it's better orally. And if you don't do NAD, the actual NAD, there's no use in NMN because you need to do NAD to have the NAD levels spiked. And then the NMN is after you do NAD to keep it spiked. Has nothing, there's no...
Why are we using it standalone?
Money.
Right.
It does nothing at all.
I actually had a sample dropped off the other day at my spot for me to try that. So,
yeah. And when NAD, we've had them in, it does not give you energy. Real NAD, it does not give you energy. It's a antagonist that goes to the body. It's wild.
Interesting stuff. Yeah.
But it's better to stay away from that because it's like where you're at is perfect. You start going down that road, that's like that, the nutty of nut.
Yeah, I'm going to wait on that one. But
good idea.
Yeah.
What do you think about the cold plunge? Do you think that's beneficial?
Yeah. So there's one at my gym, and I've been wanting to do it. I think that's like one of my New Year's resolutions to actually get my butt in there. It's pretty intimidating.
Cold.
Yeah.
I got one. We started about. He's going in once. I've started about 2 weeks ago. It's you'll walk around. If you have dogs, you'll pet the dog. You'll say hi to your kids 37 times.
Yeah.
You'll go to do it, and then you'll be like, I better pet the dog one more time. Maybe, your daughter needs something one more time. And then finally you go do it, and you suffer through it. And then when you get out, you're ready to go. Like it really hits you. But
I bet.
It's tough.
My kid still says he can't believe that he went in for 5 minutes.
Yeah, his kid's
that's
a genetic freak.
Wow, that's amazing.
Like nothing.
Yeah.
At 2, I'm dying.
I heard 2 or 3 is
I'm working till 3 at 50 degrees.
Yeah.
His son jumps in there.
Went under fully almost over his shoulders.
Yeah.
Oh
5 minutes. And I'm like, wow.
It's interesting. I mean, it's supposed to send a flight or fight response and help you think clearer, rev up your metabolism, help with inflammation. I mean, I've read all of these things, so it sounds great in theory.
So when you do it and you get out and then you calm down, you're sharp, super, super sharp.
Yeah.
But we've had Wim Hof on. He's a guy, he ran all kinds of nutty stuff in the snow. He's a scientist. He ran, say, 5 miles in Alaska with Speedos on.
That's insane.
But everybody thought it was for show. But the reason why he had done it, because over years he had built up that type of, say, endurance. And he had he's a scientist. He had the scientific publications, but nobody would publish his work. So he thought, if I go do this and beat these records, because he's not a record guy. He's a scientist. So he could care less. Yeah. So this is Wim Hof here. We have him on.
His own science.
Right.
Yeah.
So everybody, like I was saying, everybody thinks this guy could care less about any world record. He wanted to show the science so that other scientists would take a look at his findings and they could come up with a conclusion. But the things he was able to do is wild. But it goes to show you it can be done. You adapt. Where I get a little confused is if I go from a cold plunge at 39 degrees, then I work out, then I run, and then I go into a sauna at 200 degrees.
Oh, you miss.
Just logically, I don't see how that would all be healthy. To go extreme cold to extreme hot to extreme cold. But then, I'm not a doctor. I didn't go to school for 10 years. So maybe that hot cold is good.
I'm just thinking about how much Botox you're going to break through doing that.
Wow. So you're going to tear through that, right?
Oh, yeah.
And why is that?
Because you're ramping up your metabolism and you're making your body go into overdrive. And so a lot of times patients who work out all the time, take stimulants, have a fast metabolism, they're going through their Botox like water. So
2 months for me.
Yeah.
Really?
But I'm doing the sauna every day.
Yeah,
Even
You're
before
doing that cold one.
Yeah, I just started that, and I'm.
Yeah.
But before that,
Hot
I was
yoga, all of those things. Yeah.
Yeah, I've turned into a yoga guy. Not actually a yoga guy, but just a guy that talks about the cold plunge like people talk about yoga.
Yeah.
So wait, it ups your metabolism because you're going hot to cold, hot to cold.
Or just in general, yes. Yeah. But all of that.
And it takes the Botox out of you? It just drains it out? Or?
It doesn't drain it out. It just it would increase your metabolism, so your body's going to process it quicker. Yeah, kind of break through the Botox, we call it. So that's what I would be concerned about.
Yeah, that's why they tell you.
That's where my
don't
mind
exercise. No, you're right. I never even thought about that. Wow. Well, you have a big bill for me when I start coming over there. I'll be there every 2 months. Now that I'm getting better at the cold thing.
Got to put you on the Daxify.
Whatever you say, I'll do. Now, you know how, like most states, I think every state, is weed legal in every state now?
No.
It's still not legal in every
No.
Okay, but most states.
Some.
Medical
Medically
versus.
versus.
But you can get it.
Right. Yeah, you can get it.
Nobody ever talks about like the anti-aging or aging that marijuana does. What do you think of that? Do you think there's any either way to it? I ask just because now that it's more legal,
Yeah.
you see it's just like alcohol now almost.
I mean, I would say if you're smoking it, absolutely not, because you are harming your lungs, and that's going to cause aging, and I definitely would not recommend that for the aging process. I don't see how it would benefit.
Oh, there you go, Rob. Thank you.
According to this, it says the study discovered that long-term use of cannabis increased the biological age of those studied by 11% due to the impact of the hardening of arteries in those who use the drug.
Okay.
So what would that mean?
It's saying that it's increasing your biological age. So internally, you're presenting older than you actually are. And so it's causing your arteries. So you don't want it to be full of cholesterol and not be able to be flexible. So if it's hardening that, then that's going to look and present like an older person's.
Do you get speaking of that with the smoking part with the weed? Do you get a lot of? I mean, I know smoking in general, cigars or cigarettes. You get the lines by the mouth, do you get a lot of women/men both that come in to fix because of severe smoking issues?
Yes, we do.
I'm working on the jewels.
I see that.
They got me. Jewel got me. They got me good.
Now.
I have an excuse.
Good.
I used to have a vapor shop with a bar. So like one half was selling vapors, the other half was a bar. So within that, I owned it. So I would always have a vape to try to sell it because you couldn't smoke indoors anymore in Florida.
Okay.
Within that, this thing got me.
Got it.
So I'm a jewel guy. And I never smoked cigarettes, nothing. I hated on my clothes, all that. But this little thing here is a tough one.
Because you get the lines.
And
by
I'm
the
sure
mouth.
this is not good.
No, and it's not studied, and it's not
I know.
Yeah,
Cigarettes are probably
FDA
better
approved.
for you, actually.
That's what my mom, who is a respiratory therapist, she has actually said that exactly.
That cigarettes are better, right? I mean, not that they're good to anyway, but
yes, they're the lesser of two evils, I guess.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was also reading a study after Asim, a monster cardiologist, that the flavoring in there, it's like sugar, like a high concentration that turns to sugar. And they can relate that to diabetes, heart disease, and all that.
Yeah.
Just the flavoring.
Through.
Even a tobacco flavor.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because it goes into your bloodstream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like full-fledged concentrate.
Full-fledged. Like straight into it. Tapped right in.
Yeah, he's coming in, hey, look, the sugar company went and paid A, B, C, D, E with this whole fat thing. I could eat 20 sticks of fat a day. I can prove it to you. It's not going to do anything. The sugar's killing you, and so is this.
That's funny.
What do you mean?
Yeah, but going back to your question, we do have women and men who come in. They have like the lines above the lip, the smoker's lines. Sometimes it's not even just from smoking, though. It's just from like sun damage, aging, volume loss. Get those little lines above the lip. So we definitely see that. And then we see like even in the skin, like from smoking, like it's just like hyperpigmentation, dusky like appearance.
Oh.
So we try to like peel all that off and laser it and resurface. And but if patients are still going and smoking, like while we're doing all these treatments, it's really just doing a disservice because it's like fighting against all of that. So
and is there
hard.
Is there and it's a weird question, but is there a specific nationality, say, Hispanic, African American, Native American, that their skin just seems to be better than another? Like, I know that's kind of
so you and I are like screwed.
right. Skin.
Yeah, like so we have the worst type of skin, like European, and
right.
yeah, so the darker the skin tone, the more melanin you have in the skin, and the more built-in sunblock pretty much you have. So you're not as affected by the sun, and you have more oils and sometimes thicker skin too. And so we see less wrinkles with that, and less sun damage. So
What do you think of sunscreen?
love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Why do they keep saying it's cancerous? Is that bullshit? I never dug into it.
Yeah. So they found that there's a few different ingredients that if you literally like bathe in it for every day for the rest of your life, that you could possibly maybe develop cancer. But it's just a little crazy, the whole thing. I think, again, it was to make money and to regulate. But
benzene, I guess, is what they're saying.
Benzene. High levels of benzene, a cancer-causing chemical reportedly found in several sunscreens.
But all the sunscreens now, they're coming out without that type of stuff in, I think.
Yes,
too.
they have stopped making some of them with that in it. And then they want to be like reef friendly. That was the other part of it. So it's not just like cancer causing, but is it harmful to the reefs and things like that. So there is mineral sunscreen, there's chemical sunscreen now. So I kind of like both.
It's one of those things. Remember they said like aspartame and sucralose is gonna kill you and do all this other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go look at the studies, and the studies is they gave a rat, like a little tiny rat, a kilo of aspartame.
Exactly.
Right? Like, they gave 5 rats a fucking kilo of aspartame.
Right.
Had them eat it, and after a kilo, after 5 kilos, they died.
Exactly.
But sprinkling it on your pancakes or whatever instead of sugar is a minute amount that isn't going to do anything.
The amount of chemicals and like just things were like just even sitting in this studio today, we're exposed to so many different I don't know, like toxins and carcinogens, and it's just like crazy because sunscreen actually is becoming smarter, and so it has barriers to actually prevent that, like blue light and things from electronics. So it's actually becoming better. So
they're all around us. We had, I don't know if it was Dr. Peter McCullough or Dr. Malone. One of them, I had asked about the aluminum in deodorant, we were talking about earlier. Yeah, and
now I'm looking for deodorants with no aluminum.
Remember, because I'm on this rampage, right? Because I'm thinking, the aluminum. This was the aluminum, not the vaccines. This was the aluminum. So I'm looking for deodorant only. Then I have, real doctor come in, big time guy.
Mm-hmm.
Does this matter? Meanwhile, I've been sweating for 2 months with this deodorant. Not smelling.
Hopefully not.
No, not smelling. I would, not smelling. I would just put something, I don't know. I get a leaf that really smells or something. I don't know.
The Italian shower with the
I would just soak myself in cologne. But I was sweating. So then he comes in and I say, hey, the aluminum, I've been going away from it. Maybe I'll live longer. And he's like, there's not enough aluminum there to do anything.
Exactly. I don't know. But like for women, they say you could have breast cancer if you use the aluminum. But I'm sorry, I use aluminum deodorant.
Right. And
I've tried all the other naturals, and it just makes the problem worse.
Right.
Yeah.
And like we just gave 3 examples, right?
Yeah.
The aspartame, the aluminum, the other thing. And these are in massive amounts. Not 2 swipes,
right.
and we're nice and dry for the day and don't look like morons. Or we can go to you and get fixed.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. Get a little Botox.
He and I went through this. Like asking.
Yeah, and then you're asking my dad, does he do it?
I get nuts for some of these.
It's
things.
aluminum free.
It's aluminum free, yeah.
Botox.
So, am I gonna sweat?
And it works.
And it works, and I won't sweat, right?
That's right.
Fucking nuts. So, I think that the worst of anything has got to be alcohol, right? As far as aging you, I've seen functional alcoholics and just age like maniacs.
Or meth.
I mean,
Well, that's a whole
that's
other level.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it all like is in not meth, but alcohol, like moderation, obviously. And if you're excessive in anything like that, it's definitely not good.
But that seems to be the one that makes you look old.
For sure.
When you do it over a period of time, over and over. And I mean, can you fix that? You know, even if they came.
Yeah, I mean, the volume loss. A lot of times they've lost weight. Their skin quality is poor. So there are things that we can do for sure. You know, it's not going to be like a one and done. It's definitely, you know, it's going to be like more of a long-term process, a few treatments at least to kind of help the skin and revolumize the face. And yeah.
Now, what about new mothers? You always heard the term like, she stole my looks, like stole my looks, right? You know, there's something to be said about that because going through birth and, the stress and then not sleeping and all that type of stuff. Do you get a lot of women that come in after, birth that get different treatments done because of?
Oh, definitely. Yes. Myself, I couldn't wait to get Botox. It was like the hardest part of pregnancy. Actually, wasn't doing anything. So yeah, I mean, they come in, they want that, and they want to feel good. We do a lot of body work, skin tightening with the microneedling radiofrequency, with stretch marks, skin laxity on the stomach. That's really nice after giving birth and kind of getting your body back. We also have injections that we can do for cellulite and skin irregularities. So
all kinds of stuff.
Good things out there. Yeah.
What do you see coming down the pipeline that is like hanging with the FDA or hanging around there? Do you see anything coming soon down the pipeline that they're going to approve that you're excited about?
I think it's more of like that bioregenerative like direction that we're heading. I think like Madonna like scared everybody with her like crazy alien injection.
What the hell happened there?
I don't know.
See if you can find a picture of her.
It was insane.
Like if you got to break that down.
Yeah.
And she has a doctor doing
overfilled and just too much. Yeah, it was just.
Now, do you think that's a case of that what's it called when you look at yourself and you think you look dysphoria?
Yeah, I can't say that word.
The word when you think, before like all of the dysmorphia. Yeah, because that happened a lot with the eating thing. People would think they're heavy and they're not heavy, or they're skinny and they're not. I've seen it happen with the tanning thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember that phase.
Oh, yeah. I was part of it.
Were you?
Yeah. Orange skin, white hair. Yeah.
Spray and tan. And I would, at the time, it was how dark you could get.
Oh, yeah. I was tanorexic, I called myself.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
And one day I went and got Christmas pictures done with a Yankees hat, and you would not know I was Italian.
That's so funny.
At all.
Yeah.
At all.
You were Puerto Rican?
No. No, you would think for sure I was African American.
So funny.
Veneers.
Yeah.
Very, very, very tan.
Very dark.
And a Yankees hat on.
So funny.
Yeah. And I have plenty of friends that are African American because they thought they were making fun of me.
I had orange skin and white hair, so yeah.
Well, that's where you get killed with the lighter skin like that.
Yeah.
I just go black.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's this, Rob?
So this is what I was talking about. Yeah.
Oh. Well,
I think this kind of made us like take a step back and be like, what are we doing as injectors? Where are we going with this? Like, why
so weird looking
are we having this kind of
so now that middle one
alien type of look?
That's what. See, I see that a lot. It's an alien look.
Yeah.
Or is it like a devilish look?
No.
I don't
We're going back to where we came from, the aliens.
Yes. I see your little alien light there.
So you think there's aliens here?
Ah.
What do you think? What's your take?
So I had a patient a few years ago that he was really excited. He had said that that day they passed a bill and allotted funds for, well, not only did the government, first of all, they addressed the fact that there were, I don't know, extraterrestrial something out there, but they also allocated funds for a defense system against it. So he had been like one of the people involved in that and kind of leaked through like some of those documents that came about. And so that to me was like very eye-opening. I was like, wow, it's real. The conspiracy theories are real. Like,
see, this is my problem. See, I believe David Grush. Play this. Yeah. This is one of the whistleblowers. You know David Grush? Did you see him? Mm-mm. This is the guy who testified in front of the Senate that ended up getting that funding.
Yeah.
You got volume?
Craft stated earlier, do we have the bodies of the pilots who piloted this craft?
As I've stated publicly already in my News Nation interview, biologics came with some of these recoveries. Yeah.
Were they, I guess, human or non-human biologics?
Non-human, and that was the assessment of people with direct knowledge on the program I talked to that are currently still on the program.
So I watched him for 3 hours.
Are you interested in starting your own Facelift?
Okay, buddy, what do you got?
About that.
I watched him probably 6 hours, and I actually believe what he's saying, but I don't believe what they... So I think what they told him, but I think we did it. I think we have it. I think we have the drone or the technology, and I go back and forth with this, and if anything, I think they're already here, and we can't see them. Like they've had more time to advance. Yeah. And they're right here, which he kind of elaborated to a little bit, like that dimensional thing, that multi-dimensional. So imagine if an asteroid's coming, but whatever civilization was here was 100,000 years more than us.
Sure.
And they were able to, say, go in the ocean or get away from whatever the issue was, teleport, whatever, for however many years until it was okay. And by then, we evolved to this. And now we're just a bunch of idiots running around, trying not to blow things up and destroy ourselves. And now they're around like the nuke sites and everything else. So in my opinion, being that no one has anything, there's nothing ever that somebody isn't ratting or showing. And even with Grush and the other guys, I saw, I talked to, I heard, but not one person has anything.
Yeah, where is it?
Where's the proof?
Where's the proof?
Yeah.
And then India tried it, and then they did a DNA test, and they made them.
Yeah, fake.
That was the one where I was like, okay.
Yeah, Mexico, I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah, one of them.
I'm not opposed to anything. I mean, I'm still open to anything being possible at this point. So
I just want them. I want to see them. I want to hang out with them. I want their flight. That's all. But I just don't think so. I think if you could bend time, you're not going to crash. And if you did crash, somebody's going to talk.
What do you think their skin would look like? Tight.
I would
wrinkles.
say definitely no wrinkles. I mean, if you're that evolved, why would you have wrinkles?
You wouldn't.
No. Smooth and soft and glowy and iridescent-y.
And if they went into the ocean, they were preserved.
Yes.
Yeah.
They might have some skin that you would be like, wow. So you could get a part of their skin.
Just need to bottle that up.
Bottle that up, yeah.
Speaking of that, the ocean. So when it comes to the ocean, you know, I used to always hear, you know, it's good to get in the water. The salt water washes things away, heals wounds, does all that type of stuff. How much is salt water or salt, I guess salt in general, a certain type of salt, good for your skin?
Yeah, so it's actually antimicrobial, so it's really great for that, and also exfoliating. So it can also like drive out toxins, help with the pores. So it's actually really nice. They have it in a lot of body scrubs, facial scrubs, and then there's a exfoliating device actually called the salt facial.
Oh, there's a salt facial? Tell us how that goes.
So MERS makes it. It's like exfoliating. It uses salt crystals, and It's super strong. I mean, you can use it on a lighter setting to where it's actually, you can turn it up to it be so strong where it can make a cut in the skin. Like, yeah. So it's quite effective in giving you like a nice exfoliation. And then we do like the LED light afterwards. Yeah.
Every time I get a deep cut that definitely needs stitches, I put sea salt on it. Like it hurts and everything, but peroxide and sea salt and let it sit. And 2 or 3 days, it stops the bleeding and the scars aren't that bad. Right?
Yeah, I remember that. You had
I mean, I've had.
head. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. This was the newest one. Ran into a door that.
Yeah.
In this particular scenario, there was already a cut there from years ago when I used to box.
Okay.
So there was a back door to go out back that was too cleaned, like just too clean.
See, you can never have too clean like that.
It's too cleaned where I didn't realize that it was closed and dogs were running behind me and I went bang right into it and it hit that direct spot. But sea salt in 3 days, not bad.
Interesting.
Yeah, it actually works. Burns, but works.
Yeah. So it
Works
has
well.
like some really nice properties. It's also really good for like psoriasis and eczema.
It's good for eczema.
Yeah, in small doses.
Really?
Yeah.
My daughter had eczema when she was.
Did
She's just coming out of it now.
Yeah,
She's
that-
3. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how would a person use that with eczema?
I mean, going in the ocean would be number one. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Or like put a cream with
You
it.
could get like a scrub, but you'd have to be really gentle with it. It'd have to be very soft, like finely ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pull up Stallone.
There's also you could do like Epsom salt baths.
Epsom salt
Yeah.
bath.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did try that. We did that for a while. Epsom salt baths, and then one of the blue Benadryl creams. It seemed to
Okay.
help with it. It's pretty good now,
Yeah.
but nowhere near as bad when she was like 2.
There's a non-steroidal cream called Eucrisa that's really great for
Eucrisa.
pediatric
Oh, okay.
eczema patients. Yeah, it's because there's not a steroid on it, and it helps to heal and also prevent the eczema.
Well, I'll definitely be grabbing that. Now look at him. What did he get done?
It's hard to say. I mean,
Just take a wild guess. He's how old is he? 82?
80.
80. He's doing movies. He's
Wow.
sharp as a nail.
I mean, he definitely has some good genes and great facial structure, like bone structure. If I had to guess, I would say, like chin filler, jawline filler.
Because he naturally has that droop,
Yeah.
right? That droopy mouth. He had
He does.
something
Yeah.
happen to him, I think, when he was younger.
Yeah. So it's definitely more supported.
Anything major you see there? Maybe in the eyes. Look
no.
around his eyes. Did he
I
get
mean,
something
his-
around them eyelids?
Yeah. I mean, he could have had like an upper bleph or a forehead lift.
Now his eyebrows look like they're almost like painted on, though. No.
Yeah, they're up a little bit higher. So you could do that with Botox, or you could have just like a whole forehead lift.
Yeah, we ask about
Like a brow lift.
because we're dying
Yeah.
to know what a couple of these guys how.
Yeah, he is incredible.
But and then like they have the
He looks
stigma.
good. He doesn't. I mean, besides the eyebrows,
right.
I agree with you on that.
he looks good.
But see, I was looking right here.
Yeah.
It seems like he got something
Right
there.
here?
Oh, for sure. That's the upper bleph. Yeah.
And you have that. You do that, right?
We don't. No.
Oh, no?
That's surgical.
Oh, it's well, yeah, he's
Mhm.
got 700 million. sitting
Sure,
over
I'm
there.
sure he's got enough to
Yeah.
do whatever he needs
Yeah,
done.
he can drop 5 million
Yeah.
or
Right.
whatever.
Right.
We have like a laser that melts the fat pads and tightens the skin. So we do have different ways of doing it, but that looks like a surgical result.
And then what do you think about HGH? Because they have some say
Another
it's
one.
dangerous, this, that, the other. But then when I look at Stallone, when I look at him, when I look at A-Rod, when I look at all these guys that I know for sure took, like, with doctor supervision, HGH,
The Rock.
they're 70, 80, 60,
Yeah.
sharp as a nail.
I think if you commit to doing it for life, then it's like gonna look good. And but if you stop doing it, I don't know. That's a hot mess.
You know what? That's what I thought too. I thought if you decide to do a low dose, like, an anti-aging type of dose, maybe
Yeah.
half an IU,
Yeah.
maybe, and you're going to stay on it,
Right.
I don't see anything in any literature that's bad, but I have seen that if you decide you're going to do 2 IU a day and you're going to get younger for 3 months or whatever it may be and then stop,
Right.
I don't see that working out too well.
No, it's not good. Yeah, it's going to be like a yo-yo effect, and then you're going to look worse than you did before.
Well, that's like Sly's been saying that for years, remember? And everybody like chastised him. Oh, it's terrible for you. It kills you. It's steroids. It's this. And I'm like, he's 80. Yeah, he probably had a lot of plastic surgery done. But damn, I'll tell you what, it worked, man.
Well, I think what Jennifer just said is going to, a lot of people are going to listen to this and hear that, and they're going to take it in, really, because people don't know that.
Yeah.
They just think 90 days and get off, because that's what it says.
Yeah.
So that they can Band-Aid you. But if you dig and like if you stay on it forever, it's pretty damn beneficial.
Well, your body's going to stop producing the hormones because you're giving it really what it's supposed to be making. And then I believe you have to watch your testosterone with that as well.
Do you?
Yeah, so.
Well, the size of him, I'm sure he's got that too. Right. Now, what about Brady? What's going on with him? What do you like him?
So
do you think
I'm from Rhode Island originally, and
big Tom Brady fan.
He's the GOAT.
Yeah, I once was a big Tom Brady fan. I think just as of late, he's acted a little babyish, I want to say.
Yeah.
And so I was like, and then he left us and then came back, as like he went into that whole thing like, oh, I'm forever a Patriot, like when he retired. And I don't know. It was just
I wanted him to retire with the Patriots.
I think that's where he should have gone out.
Did you see what he said on Twitter, though?
No.
He said he was going to come back, but
I heard that.
all his friends threw a retirement party, so it forced his hand.
Oh, my gosh. Well, they should have. Yeah.
He should play one more year and went back to the Patriots. But
yeah.
I don't know if they had the team.
I think he should have just stayed with the Patriots and then retired.
Yeah.
And not
because Bill would have got him another couple guys.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Still the greatest
Maybe
of all time.
Giselle would still be with him. You never know.
Oh.
She broke up with him right in the middle of the playoffs.
Well. Yeah.
What did he do? Do you have some information?
I don't
tell
but
me
I
if you
can
know.
speculate.
Cheating? Or she wanted more time?
I think she wanted more time. And he was so
into football,
ego driven into football. And, he should have retired years prior to. But
so she probably said, if you go back this year, I'm leaving you, Tom.
You're done.
And he said, this is it. And she goes, if you go back, I'm not kidding. I'm leaving.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, he's one guy I feel
that's what I made up in my head anyway.
I think you're right, though.
Looking at that picture there, he's one guy that I think has gotten better with age.
Totally.
Right? He didn't look like this when he was younger. He looked like a dork, I think. Now he kind of looks like, I don't know.
He's got money.
Well, he's got money, yes.
It's only worth $120.
True.
He has access to the best doctors. He's probably into functional medicine.
Yeah.
Does biohacking. See some Botox going on there.
Do you see any Facelift? I don't think
I don't think so.
Right?
There's Botox in the
chin?
I see it in this forehead.
forehead.
Yeah.
What about that thing where they chisel the chin down? Or that's just genetics?
I don't know.
Lean, maybe?
Yeah.
And then we
It's hard to say.
got
This one I don't. Johnny Depp, I like him as an actor, but I've seen this guy party like a maniac.
right.
Yeah.
And then 3 weeks later come back and start doing a role and you can see him acting and he's normal.
Yeah.
I mean, rocked. Banged out on whatever he's banged out on. Hung over. I mean, has to be going through massive detox. And 3 weeks later, boom.
Yeah. He's kind of like a unicorn. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's
like a
strange breed.
chameleon, right?
Yeah.
Like 1 minute it looks like he's going to die any second of meth.
Seriously. Yeah.
And then he jumps on the movie and is
Why
like,
does he look so good?
perfect.
Yeah. I
Like
don't
you
get
can put a lot of makeup on, but
Yeah.
there's still going to be something.
Yeah.
What do we got going on here, Jennifer?
I don't know. Maybe he's in that NAD weird world.
I don't think NAD is going to fucking do that. I mean, I've seen him. Now, here's my guy. What's this guy doing? He's on every beach with the hottest girls on the planet and hasn't aged. Talk to me.
I don't.
From 1 to 10, what do you give Leonardo DiCaprio? 10 being hot, 1 being...
So when I was, middle school, I used to have him all over my wall. Titanic, obsessed.
Oh, yeah.
I saw it like 28 times in the
Did
theaters. All of my girlfriends every weekend.
I was in
It was insane.
9th grade, 10th grade when that came out, and they kept playing it at this.
Oh my God. It was like ongoing for like 6 months.
Forever.
We had astronomy class in 10th grade, and when you would go in, it would be like this with the stars, and you wait for them to come in. And the song for the entire school year was the Titanic when you went in.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, these days I think he's looking a little different, but
I finally am starting to see a tiny bit of aging, but he hasn't come out to do another film yet. When the next film where he doesn't need to be old, watch, he'll look like he's 20.
That's the one thing that amazes me when you see these movies, and Mark Wahlberg, for example. I watched Father Stew, it was called. He gained like 150 pounds. He had a big belly,
oh my gosh,
flabby, fat. And then by the end of the movie, he literally trained. And I read the thing about it. He trained and he was chiseled back down. So like the stretching of the skin and the non-stretching and the stretching, like that has to really fuck. Like you have to get. I mean, that's crazy.
I don't know. How do they get tightened up that quick? Like if you get jacked, then you have to lose all the water weight, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
well, think about a woman like with bearing a child for 10 months in that stretch. So we use like heat devices, trying to tighten that skin. So there's definitely different things you can do there.
You women, I give it to you. You guys have to have kids. You got to carry the kid. You got to deal with assholes like us.
Absolutely. And then we go into menopause and hormones go crazy. And then,
every month you're a maniac.
Yeah.
Sometimes some guys are maniacs just 24/7, I mean, you got your work cut out for you. Then as you age, you got to keep up, nonstop.
We just like have this. We have to wake up perfect every morning and
do the hair for 3 hours and everything else. Guy can kind of just go out.
Roll out.
Joe Rogan goes in with American flag shorts on.
Right.
To do like the top doctor. Like, what in the hell? And with the Botox, now they're doing it for erectile dysfunction.
Mm-hmm.
How does that work? It's paralyzing the muscle. Okay, so you shoot it in. So if you paralyze the muscle, then the blood can get in there.
It helps the muscle relax, and then the blood is able to flow more effectively into the area. So then more blood flow equals
boner,
bigger, longer erection.
Right. Because I had seen, I guess, on this one that, if you're a grower, not a shower, like guy, you go to the bathroom, there's nothing there, but when it's time to go, you look pretty good. Then you have the guy that can stand 10 feet from the urinal and, okay. Yeah. But then when it's time to go, I mean, you're not much better than that. But the guy that has to like really scoot in so the other guy doesn't see him, at the moment.
Thing? Like, I didn't even know.
Oh, yeah. It's a guy
thing. Okay.
Yeah. So, sometimes you have a guy next to you. Okay. Just hypothetically, you might look over and say, ooh, okay, so depending on the situation you're in, but if you have this done, then you can stand back from the urinal and be like, hey, buddy, I'm right with you. So
exactly.
I can see. But with the erectile dysfunction, so it paralyzes the muscles, so then they're open, and then the blood flow can get in to create the erection.
Exactly.
But then what's pumping the blood flow in? Do you have to take Viagra with that or Cialis?
Possibly, or just the arousal itself. But
that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like 90 things for this thing.
But then, like, what if you like get aroused like frequently? Then it's like can be an issue.
Right, because now you have the Botox in you that's free flowing. Yeah. The Viagra might be or Cialis might be a better option.
So you get the needle put into the extremity. And how much?
Use numbing cream.
How much do you? I mean, you've never done this, I'm guessing.
No, I have not.
How much would you, if you were to do it, shoot into some man, or is it different on
I would
every
say
male?
It's going to be quite a bit of Botox.
yeah, that's a lot, right?
Yeah, you're not.
And I would charge you a lot for it.
A lot of money.
And where does it have to go in? It's not in the pee hole, is it?
No, it's around and down the shaft. But yeah.
And do you know of any doctors or people in your profession that have done this, or you've just read about it? Or?
Well, we used to actually do stem cells and PRP in the penis.
Really?
Yeah. But or filler.
I can see the filler.
Yeah.
Right.
Actually, I know somebody. That's a real funny story.
Yeah.
A real funny one. But I want to know how the stem cells worked with that.
So it helps with erectile dysfunction, actually. So it helps to regenerate the cells there and make it more effective. Yeah.
Oh, I bet Bayer and Lilly and Pfizer.
They're all gonna get on that.
chopping their
Yeah.
teeth. They got the new one.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, tablets are gone, boys. We got the new one. Stem cells.
You can do PRP in there as well, and for women.
Imagine the price of that stem cell for a guy to get hard.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
I think they'll pay for it.
Huh.
Yeah.
If they wanted, remember when Viagra came out? It was like $110 for one pill.
Mm-hmm.
A stem cell, and that lasts for a period of time.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh, they're gonna make tons
of
These
money.
dirty
See, we're so behind.
Yeah,
Other countries are
left and right
doing
on
it. Yeah.
Yep, Peru's way ahead.
Yeah.
Way ahead.
And it's sad because there's people with chronic conditions like that could be benefiting from it. So yeah.
I did a analysis of the countries that allow all these different type of drugs in that we don't because of big pharma and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like 82% of the countries that allow, say, any stem cell you want, NAD's no big deal, ketamine for depression the right way.
Right.
You know, I mean, the right way, good to go. All of those countries pay their medical insurance for their citizens, but not like the U.S. wants to. They do it where there is no rehabs. There's no, I'm addicted to this. You go to a rehab for 30 days, get billed, then you go to outpatient and you do this, and then you do it all again.
Mm-hmm.
With that 82%, and I'm just using the addiction because it sticks out the most.
Yeah.
They're not paying for shit. They're paying the least amount possible because they're paying it, and there's no like trick of we're going to pay it, but you have to do A, B, C, D. They're actually paying it. So when you're addicted to something, you walk in there and they give you NAD for 30 days and Librium. Bye. That's it.
That's it.
Librium, NAD. See ya. Stage 1 cancer, BPC 157, ipamorelin, sermorelin, MK677, and sildenafil Viagra. Go away. That's what they do.
Wow.
All day, every day, because they got to pay for it if it gets worse.
Right.
So they're trying to make it quick, cheap, and effective. Not Band-Aid, Band-Aid till you die.
I think we make more money the way we do it here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I just, I was reading this. I didn't read this originally, but it says Botox is available to treat erectile dysfunction in Philadelphia, New York City, and the Lehigh Valley. Tommy, our old stomping grounds there. There must be something that's trying to tell us about the people from that area. Yeah, I just saw that. I mean, I'm sure it's every other places too, but this article specifically points to Philadelphia, New York, and the Lehigh Valley. So maybe that's a big area where people are getting penis Botox. Yeah.
I grew up
Or
there.
they just have a good marketing.
Or they have a good marketing
They
team.
have good
yes.
marketing there. They don't do anything. Like you go back 40 years. Like if I go back right now, the same people I know are doing the same thing when I left 20. They need it bad.
Rhode Island, same.
Cloudy, not taken care of.
Yeah.
But PA to be the one, I would never have thought in a million years they would be the one.
Right.
I never thought that they would make weed recreational. I thought they would be at the bottom.
Yeah, that's true. I would say.
And where are you from?
I'm from Rhode Island.
And how are they there? Are they uptight?
It depends on what it is. But
Like with drugs, weed, they're tight with that?
I think they have medical marijuana, but not recreational.
Yeah, PA, who when I lived there most of my life was 5 miles an hour, you're getting a speeding ticket. All of a sudden I look, PA recreational weed, mushrooms, medical. What?
Crazy.
When I was there, I'd get 50 years if I had
Yeah, exactly.
you know.
Rhode Island, liquor stores were closed on the weekends.
PA was too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
They don't
State
sell it
store.
on the the gas stations or the grocery stores. Yep. I mean, so they're pretty tight on things like that. But then they've got like the mafia and I don't know. It's like lots of crazy stuff going on.
That's how it was in PA. I think Sunday it was all wine and spirits. So there's no gas. When I moved down here, that's what was so weird. I'd walk into a grocery store like a CVS and I'd see liquor.
Wasn't it strange?
Oh, it was so strange. It was like, am I allowed to be in here?
Right.
It was just so weird.
I still feel that way. And
it is, especially the gas station.
Yes.
Right? And when they have the little shots at the counter, I'm like, wow.
Go back to PA, gotta hope the store's open on Sunday.
9 o'clock, they're closed. Sunday, you can find one of the main
in a certain area,
there was one in the main one that's open from 9 to 12.
That's it.
And every guy that wants something on a Sunday lines
line
out
the door.
It's nuts. And now, you want some shrooms? Go ahead. You want some weed?
Here you go.
Where do you see the shroom thing taking us? Do you see benefits to that?
That's yes, actually. So we have a hair line for regeneration, Nutrafol, and they have a supplement. It's called adaptogens, and it has mushrooms in it, and it helps with the body regulating the stress hormone, cortisol levels, and that causes hair to like shed, and so that's really effective. And then also we see it more and more in skincare also too.
Really? And what are you seeing in skincare with it?
Yeah, so adaptogens in skincare, it's helping to regulate the skin microbiome.
Wow. And when you say adaptogens, what does that mean?
Like adaptogens, so it adapts to the environment. The mushrooms allow the skin barrier to kind of balance out because there's so many different microorganisms on the skin that can take over, causing like flare-ups of acne or psoriasis or rosacea, or dry skin even. So it kind of helps to regulate that whole microbiome of small little.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
It's wild, right? Mm-hmm. And is that a small dose of psilocybin or is it a certain type of mushroom?
Yeah, it's
got to be psilocybin. Mm-hmm. That's the one that does everything.
Yeah, I think it's some kind of white mushroom. I don't know. There's like a lot of different kinds, but
is it called penis envy? There's actually one called penis envy.
Are you serious?
Yeah, so there's a mushroom called penis envy that everybody on the planet's scared of.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, they're like afraid they're going to go into like oblivion.
Oh wow. We have this one line. It's really interesting. It's called Young Goose, and it's by these scientists that are out of Florida. And they have a lot of mushrooms in their products and like an adaptogenic cleanser and things like that. So,
yeah, I think we're going to find that psilocybin is good for hair loss, regenerating hair loss, a lot of things, a lot. What concerns me is if you go make that legal. Penis envy. Yeah.
I see why they get the name.
Yeah, it looks like that. It looks like that. But, I mean, I don't know. Have you ever done this stuff?
No. Mm-mm.
Well, the microdosings, I don't know. Nothing really to shake a stick at, but things don't really work. I don't know. I probably have to eat like 10 of them, and then I'll be in like cuckoo land and never come back, and I don't know.
Tom would be texting me.
Uh-oh.
I just don't want to be that guy that gets the wrong one, and then that sends me to oblivion.
Oh, yeah, that would be...
Because that's something that would happen to me.
That's scary.
But I think there's going to end up being a lot of benefits. But as a nurse, right? Mm-hmm. Now, you know all this, say, like life hack literature. Can you imagine if you were able to teach this to the current nurses today in the hospitals? You know, like you don't need to do A, B, C, D, E.
Yeah.
Look, you could do this for skin. You could do that for that. It would be a different ball game.
Yes. I think nurses in the hospital are kind of focused on just like a different aspect of health, like keeping patients safe and kind of treating patients who are already sick. So I don't think that's really where their mindset is, unfortunately.
I don't think they have time.
They don't have the time.
Because I have my stepdaughter's a nurse.
Yeah.
And 3 of her friends are. One went to Colorado, 2 are here, and they're just overwhelmed.
Yep.
It's absolutely, for me, it was a nightmare to be in the hospital. It was, I don't miss it at all. And I just wanted to get out of there as soon as possible because it wasn't safe. It was overwhelming. And the focus was not on patient care and quality.
It was in and out, right?
Yes. And just meeting like the restriction, like just different things that the hospital would put on you. And it was, and the managers and the nurses are really just trying their best to
keep up. That's what I've heard the last year. They're just trying to keep up, and the nurses that take it seriously and they love their job and want to work, they do the work.
They do.
So then the others around them don't do anything, and then all that work is piled on one or two people. They're taking all the overtime hours because they care about the patients that are in there. And now you have basically one or two nurses kind of running the whole area that they're running.
Yep.
In my experience, I saw that it was the hospital cutting back financially on staffing, and that was really the issue.
Root of it.
Yeah, that was the problem. So I'd go into work, for instance, and they would be like, "Oh, well, you don't have a charge nurse today, and you don't have your nursing assistant today, and good luck." And then we were only supposed to have like 3 patients at a time post-operatively, and we would get 5, and there was nothing we could do or say about it. And it was just because they had to bring in the surgeries and appease the surgeons and, bring in the money. And it was just not safe staffing. And there definitely needs to be, something about it.
It's just always amazing. My cousin, I just got off the phone with my cousin before we got here. She's a registered nurse. And I think she said she put in 85 hours for the past 2 weeks, something crazy.
Yeah.
And she picked up overtime. People were sick too. And staffing is a huge thing. And then you look when you get, I used to always laugh. I had my appendix taken out 15 years ago, and
Have you had yours taken out? Your
No,
appendix?
thank God.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had mine in emergency.
Fuck.
And it
Scary.
got the itemized list, right, of all the stuff afterwards, and it had like, I'm not a hairy guy, so I don't really have a hairy stomach. And it said they had to shave my stomach. So there was like a Bic razor and maybe a little bit of a cream. And on the bill, it had like, Bic razor cream.
$100.
And it's like $150. And I'm like,
Really?
Jesus Christ, I'm not that hairy. I got no hair. $150 to take a Bic and go one time through.
Hey, insurance has got it.
Oh my!
You got to get with one of our insurance guys to get a 25%
Band-Aids like $50. Like,
But then it's so silly because it's such a game they play. If you
Right.
look at that bill and then what the actual insurance pays, it's like 1/3 of that. So why do they do that? Like, why do they skyrocket the prices like
Sad.
that and then like have the insurance pay like not even half? So I just don't understand the whole concept of it. It's
Just to make it simple, think if you throw money laundry into there, then it's no longer right?
Yeah.
Because it looks like you're losing money.
right.
Okay, so now when you go file, it looks
Yeah.
like you lost money.
Right.
But if you're laundering money over here, you're doing real well because now you just claimed the loss over here.
Yeah.
But you're laundering piles of the real
Look
money.
at how much
over here.
money we lost. Yeah.
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 It's wild. And they have it set up like that. They're just sick.
Yeah.
Pull up the Instagram.
Yep.
Your Instagram's cool. I think I know one of the people on there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think.
Oh,
I'm trying to place her, but
okay.
can't. Scroll down. Down. Now, right there, that one. That's the, what's that one called?
That's the hydrofacial.
Okay.
And
So,
that's Anna, our esthetician.
yeah. And what's the hydro?
That's the one that like helps to, that's Caravive actually using the hydrofacial. So that helps to clean your scalp actually. So hydrate your scalp, take off the dead skin cells, help with the buildup in your scalp because we don't really treat our scalps. And it really does help the hair grow in thicker and fuller and just nicer. Yeah.
And what about the sulfates? I keep hearing about this sulfate in shampoo and soap.
Yeah.
Is that right to stay away from that?
It can just like, I mean, I'm not an expert in hair, but it can build up in your scalp and your hair follicles. So
And then
yeah.
Not good after a while.
No.
Before, see,
That's nice.
yeah, see, you didn't go That's
was
not
me.
crazy.
I did that.
Yeah, you didn't go crazy.
No, but she wanted like a fuller lip, and we used 1 syringe of Wrestling Kiss there, which is a really nice like
You can see the difference.
lip filler that gives nice crisp borders and hydration, more symmetry.
And that's right after you did it, right?
That's more balanced. Yes, that's right after. So it's a little swollen. It will go down, but still look really pretty. And it lasts about a year.
Can you? I'm looking at this picture right now. You know, like I know some people have a tendency to have like really, I guess, I don't know if you call it dry lips, but like a lot of lines.
Yes.
Like these lines.
Yes.
That'll help the.
Absolutely. So it's a hyaluronic acid. So when you inject that, it actually hydrates the tissue. So like I just injected someone's lips today just for hydration.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always wondered that. I see dry lips a lot.
Yeah.
Scroll down. Scroll down. No, that one. Go right there. To the right.
Right there?
Yeah. That's a huge difference there.
Yeah. So for her, I did like
Wow.
tear trough filler, so under the eyes, and then I did threads. So like
That's
that
it?
non-surgical facelift for threads. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow, you got rid of all that?
Yeah.
Wow.
And how'd you do that?
Filler and threads.
Damn.
Magic.
You're good. That's some magic there.
Yeah. I love it. It's
She
for
doesn't have a
me,
husband. She has one now. Good
for me
her.
it's very artistic and medical, but also I love like when the patients like look at themselves in the mirror afterwards and they just feel better. They feel more confident. They feel beautiful, you know, and just like that to me is everything.
Wow.
And nose filler is a big deal. That's
Yeah.
like life changing.
Okay, so
Yeah.
talk to me about this nose filler. What I never even heard of it.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. The last time I dealt with noses, oh boy, the last time I dealt with noses turned into two or three, and one of them was Kim Kardashian's doctor who did it.
Really?
Yeah, and he fucked up.
Oh my god.
Came back here.
Okay.
It wouldn't. Not me.
Yeah.
Not me.
Okay.
Believe me. Does it
I was
look
like, you look good.
Does it look like I got my nose? No. One got it done by Kim's doctor forever in San Francisco, and it kept running. Wouldn't stop running.
Yeah.
Non-stop running.
Yeah.
Went down to Miami. Went to that big guy, whoever the hell he did.
Mm-hmm.
Kept running. Ended up going back to PA, to Hershey Medical Center, to get whatever duct needed fixed, kind of fixed.
Okay.
And now it seems to be okay. But 2.5 of these, breaking the nose,
Ugh.
oh yeah, it's a whole
That's a
thing.
lot.
It's not just like, hey, we do your nose, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So explain this here.
Yeah, so it's doesn't have all the risks like a surgical nose job, but we're kind of limited also at the same token. But if you have like a hump or kind of like a disfigurement in the nose, we can add the filler, especially like above and below that hump, to give you like a softer, like more streamlined nose bridge. Just more, and we can. It actually looks like narrow too. Like it's all playing with light, and so when you put the filler on the nose bridge, it actually like gives the illusion that the nose is slimmer as well. And we can also lift the tip, which is very popular, like that Tinkerbell nose lip.
Yeah.
So there's a way to inject it where it can actually lift the tip up a little bit as well.
And you know, when you break your nose, you always get that bump there.
Yeah.
Always. Well,
Yeah.
the more you break it, the bigger
Sure.
it gets,
Right.
and then that would even it out. That's
Definitely.
awesome.
Or
You have
like-
some awesome stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really fun to do. And that literally takes like 10, 15 minutes. And
I'd stock
like-
up on that one and the
Yeah.
armpit one.
The armpit one.
And if you don't sell it, I'll reimburse you, especially
Okay.
the armpit one.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
How often do you just walk around and you see
You're gonna get a
people
ton of people.
and you like overanalyze? Do you overanalyze people? Meaning not purposely,
lie,
but you're
don't
like,
Yeah.
lie.
Oh
oh
my gosh.
man, that's a bad.
It's your
That's a
profession,
bad
you're
filler.
allowed to.
Oh, that's some bad Botox. Oh,
I know. I try not to.
In here, we're in 1999.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So you could say, in here is 1999.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I actually do more of like admiring like facial structure and like I was admiring your cheeks earlier. like
really are.
like in jawline. Like
Yeah.
you know, I admire like things like that. I notice when they're actually like really beautiful. But sometimes it's the occasional like, oh my gosh, like, yeah, I can't stop looking at like her lips because I need to dissolve them and re-inject them, and I can do it so much better for her, you know, or something like that. But
in an artistic way.
In an artistic way,
Like you're
yeah.
looking at it and how you
Yeah.
could shape it and what you would do with it. You know, just like if you have a painting.
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah. I want to like just kind of make it better. I just want to enhance it. Yeah.
And then have them come back with a smile.
Yeah,
You have it on your
exactly.
side.
Do you feel through social media, like that's what I always say to Millie when I see pictures and stuff, like I'm like, everybody to me nowadays, like it's like the same look. Like I don't know how to describe it. Like I'll see one woman and I'll see another woman, I'm like, oh my God, they almost look identical.
Yeah.
Is there like a trend going on right now? Is there a certain trend, like bigger lips? What's the trend? What is the trend right now?
What is the one?
Yeah, so a lot of it is unfortunately like set by social media and celebrities. So like everyone wants to look like Kim Kardashian, and then all her sisters look like her now.
Right.
It's like
How
kind of
about
creepy.
Chloe?
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
totally
What
different
the
looking.
fuck?
She is she's an alien.
Fucking alien.
Yeah.
She's an alien.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, there's your alien. But she looks good. I mean, she definitely looks so
Yeah.
good.
Hey, look, the person
But,
who did is
yeah.
good, but it is not the person that was born.
Right.
Yeah,
You
no,
know?
no. But she looks absolutely
Yeah.
amazing.
They did a
Yeah.
good job.
But I do notice, like, you know, kind of that pinched nose, the elongated chin, jawline, cheeks. Yeah, the eyebrows. Like, there was like that fox eyebrow trend for a while. Yeah. So.
And like you said, you know, when these kids or adults go on, even myself, like when I first went, Botox, give me the pile. I didn't, and I'm sure other people don't. You don't realize that you're looking at a celebrity with millions of dollars,
Right.
Yeah.
hundreds of millions of dollars, and the best of the best of the best.
Right.
Yeah.
And now you're going to go in with your 2,000
Right.
and say, "Hey,
Make me
Jennifer,
look like them.
can you make me look like them?"
What's the meme? You're not ugly, you're just broke.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
The truth, though.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, they, you know, another big one is like they do have plastic surgery. You know, it's not just coming to me. A lot of them are having like plastic surgery, like lifts and eyebrows and buccal fat pads removed.
Not injections.
And it's not just all injections. Yeah.
Now, has AI made its way into your field yet? Any type of AI technologies or anything that's made your job easier? Or
in a way, like sometimes like posting on social, you can do like AI. You can say like, you can ask them a question like, what is, like, very simple, if you would say like, what is lip filler good for, you know, and then it will give you a whole list of reasons why to get lip filler and things you know want to say but don't really think about or have time to type. So you can use something like that to make a post on social media. Like that's educational and informative. That's where I have found AI to be helpful to me. But as far as like visually, I'm not really seeing that yet, but
are there any
it's a little scary.
Are there any technologies that you do use that are state of the art that you can talk about or want to talk about, or is there any scans, like facial scans or things that you do?
There are scans. We have one that comes in with our skincare line from Obagi, and you look into it and it can show you all of your sun damage, all of your wrinkles, pigmentation. That's not even come up to the surface yet. That's going to come up in the next 3 to 5 years. And so it kind of scares you and like, okay, I need to start addressing these things. You could see your pores. It highlights all of that. So that's been really helpful in looking at the skin a little bit closer. Also, I've used cameras that help to do like the 4D vectors, and you can turn the whole face, and that's pretty cool too.
But then when does it get scary? Right? It gets scary to me when the AI or the robot is better than the person.
That's true.
And at first, I think with something like this, I want human touch. Even if the robot's really, really good, I want to talk to somebody human, so I can explain to them what I'm going for or what I want.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually, the AI is going to be so perfect that you could say, hey, I want to look like Sylvester Stallone and I have $2,000.
Mm-hmm.
Do the best you can do with what you have. And that AI is going to be able to go do for $1,500 and do the best it can better than any human. And then what?
I don't think an AI will ever take my job. I don't know. I just don't think.
I hope not.
Yeah,
I
don't
mean,
think
I don't
it's
want it
able,
to.
They're able to. Yeah. There's just so many different variables in human anatomy, and it's not all textbook. It's not one size fits all, and you can't just kind of scan that and know what to use.
So that's where I think you have time.
Yeah.
I don't think other people have time. You
No.
got some time because you got some time.
Yeah.
In my opinion, there isn't much time, but I think you got some time because even with the robot, I'm just thinking if it's perfect, I want a person that replies to me and can see what I'm looking at and another human. But the next generation's coming up and the next one, that's what they know is AI and robots and everything else.
You never know.
And now the robot's absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
Then, but by that point, I think things are just
We might be
off
gone
the
by that point.
rails.
Yeah, I think things will be really crazy then. But you don't want to look symmetrical either, though. Like we're not meant to be completely symmetrical. So if you do, you look kind of scary. But so one side is always going to be a little bit different.
Just move to another country.
Yeah.
That hope that they actually put like laws in with AI, and not sell it to Microsoft. I don't know. That might be a good idea.
Yeah.
Let's
So
check out this one.
This is her personal Instagram page.
Scroll up because I think. Okay, go down. There was a lady that you had done a shot in the neck, like right here.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember. I wish I could find it, but
Like.
okay, what is that there?
Oh yeah, so those are threads. Not just lifting threads, but we do like the little mono threads they're called, and that helps to smooth skin out and make collagen. So she had like some skin laxity in her abdomen. So we just did a ton of those, and it helps to like smooth everything out and look nice and tight.
When people come into you, let's say guys, and they got too big too quick, and they got stretch marks.
Yes.
Is there a solution to that nowadays?
There are.
There are? Because remember,
Yeah.
when
Yeah,
I was
the
growing
arm,
up,
the arms
these
up
guys used to be jacked.
But you wanted stretch marks. I remember you.
I never wanted
Really? I was like, you wanted stretch marks.
Oh, no, I didn't go down
Really?
the one stretch mark phase.
I don't ever want stretch. I don't ever.
I don't know.
ever.
We're like,
No.
that's cool. You got stretch marks in your
No
arms.
way. I mean, some women call them their tiger marks, because they're like a mama, and I get that, and that's great. But for me personally, I do not want any.
I'm not buying that.
marks.
I'm not buying that woman saying that she wants the tiger mark. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. I
Yeah.
love you, honey, but I ain't buying
Well,
it.
we can make it better.
Yeah, we can touch it up a little bit,
Yeah.
right?
So we can use the Silpharm, actually, the microneedling with radio frequency. It's amazing on stretch marks because it tightens that skin.
That microneedling.
It's like
Rob, I've seen it.
it does amazing
I'm looking
things.
at this picture now. It's what was this? The same.
That was
thing?
the RF.
Wow. Look at that.
That was the RF.
And how much like
Just
how
tightens the skin.
Damn.
That was a few treatments. That was like 3 or 4.
Wow.
I would say.
that's
we did.
crazy.
Look, she's signed me up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like,
It was
let's
good.
go.
Yeah.
Right.
Makes a big difference.
The ears too. What's this?
Oh yeah. Like you get like that volume loss there from
Yeah.
wearing heavy earrings like in the 80s and things like that. So
right,
we just
hanging
put a
the big
little
things
of that
down.
volume in there, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Stuff I
Just
wouldn't even
pump
think
up
about.
like a flat tire.
Yeah.
Pump it up.
Yeah, you do so many interesting things.
That's a scar. Yeah.
That's a scar?
Yeah. So this woman, she came in and she had like a scar from Mohs surgery. So removing like a basal cell or squamous cell, and it left her with this scar that she hated because it's right in her forehead. And so we just put some filler in it, and instantly, I mean, it's like 80% better.
Now, when somebody comes in with moles, right, is that a real touchy area where you have to be really careful with?
Yes. So I did derm for like 5 years. So I used to check the moles, biopsy the moles, all of that, but I can't really do that anymore. So I can't take it off because it needs to be like excised and tested, but like a sticker test. Yeah, so that I can say, kind of to go to the dermatologist and get it looked at, and I'll let them know, like, just like kind of take a look at it. But
and what was that one? If the mole has like a hair coming out of it, doesn't that mean something really bad, or is that just
no? It means that it's non-cancerous.
Oh, that means something good.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. So if you have a mole and a hair, you're in good shape.
Yeah.
You would think the opposite.
Mole.
Usually, if it has a hair, it's pretty safe.
And what does it look like when you have to be worried?
Yeah, so they call it the ABCs of skincare. So like asymmetry, like the border, if it's irregular, if it's changing color, changing in size,
dark, right?
Elevated, dark, variations of color, irritation, all of those things. Yeah. But most people, your insurance, your health insurance does cover like a yearly skin check. It's so important. It's not just for people who have had skin cancer or their families had skin cancer. It's good to just go in and get it checked every year.
I'll go to you and you tell me a doctor that isn't on the take, and I'll consider going to a doctor to get it checked.
Okay, all right. Yeah, it takes like 10, 15 minutes. And
I just need a doctor that isn't paid off, on the hook, and has new literature.
Totally. So my business partner, she's amazing. She's in Port St. Lucie. Her name is Dr. Cynthia Rogers. And she is a standalone practitioner, and she's like that. She is just like true, honest, all about patient care and quality. She's hard to get into because of that.
Because she's honest.
Yes.
She's not on the kick.
Yes.
My girl.
Mm-hmm.
Pull her up.
Yeah, she's amazing.
What's her name again?
Dr. Cynthia Rogers.
Port St. Lucie, you said?
Yes.
Let me find her.
Yeah, we'll pull her up.
I was just there today. I inject there like every other Wednesday. So there's people in Port St. Lucie in that surrounding area that need injections also.
Right here?
Yeah, that's her.
Okay, that's her.
She does Mohs surgery too. She's like the real deal.
She does what?
Mohs surgery.
What's that?
It's where they she can remove like extensive basal cell or squamous cell, and then have to look at it underneath the microscope, and then go back in possibly for multiple excisions to completely remove the lesion.
That's complex.
So one thing I never understood, and I'm terrible at this, and Millie will watch this later and kick me for it, but I sunburn a lot, and I've sunburned since I've been 10 years old till now. Mm-hmm. And I don't wear sunscreen too often, and I get nice and burned and all that good stuff. And so I haven't been checked ever for skin cancer or anything like that. What does it exactly do? I understand there's a mark, right? It's your mole or whatever you find it, but how does it kill you? Like, I think of other cancer where lung cancer and it spreads inside of you and it kills you. How does melanoma kill you?
So melanoma can spread to your lymphatics. And so that can go throughout your whole body. So your lymph nodes, and then to everywhere from there. Yeah.
Once it's in your lymph nodes, that's it.
Exactly. So that's exactly. So basal cell, squamous cell, that would be really hard to kill you. It's pretty much impossible, except for maybe an extremely large basal cell. But melanoma is where the issue is. Yeah.
I see so many people getting that cut off.
Yeah.
So many people. But if you catch her early, it's usually okay.
Yes,
right.
Typically. We don't, it's hard to say. And again, basal cell and squamous cell can be an issue too. I don't want to downplay that because they are really serious. But the melanoma, you want to catch it early, because then it will it can be atypical, then it can go to different stages. So you just want to catch it the earlier the better.
And what do you think about all these peptides? like the melanotan,
oh my gosh,
you can
so
get
funny.
dark on that one.
Yeah,
dark on that. They're trying to make them dangerous. They're amino acids. They're protein.
Yes,
it's just a bunch of proteins.
It's a bunch of proteins. Yeah,
but there's a lot of proven benefits from it. But I think Bayer's trying to get BPC 157 and all that. But what's your take on all that?
I like some peptides. I think that they're pretty effective and primarily safe. Daxxify, which is one of the new neurotoxins on the market, it's lasting longer, but it has a peptide in it. And so the peptides making the skin glow and adhering to the muscle junction like longer and more effectively. So, yeah, I mean, I have Daxxify in right now and I love it. So
it seems to me with all the peptides, there's really 4.
Yeah.
In China, there's 4.
Yeah.
And then China found a way to make those 4 176 with different labels.
Mm-hmm.
But I really think that there's probably
4 of
only
them?
4 or 5. Yeah.
Right.
And they just like Botox, you know,
Yeah.
say we thought it was only for migraines. Okay. Well, now it's for your dick. Now it's for your face. Now
Right.
it's for this, for that, whatever it may be. And I think that's what happened with this.
Interesting.
It's my
I
opinion.
had a patient try the Melanotan. I actually ordered it too because I was so convinced it was like amazing because it helps with like
Oh, no, it will get you dark.
your metabolism, your tan, like
Yes,
all the
yes.
things.
It
But
does.
she came back and it not only made her super tan, which looked great, but then it made all of her like freckles like super dark.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, if you have freckles or
Yeah.
moles,
Yeah.
forget it.
Yeah,
It's
Then
not
it goes
good.
away
Yeah.
though, no?
It does. Yeah.
Yeah, it goes away
Yeah.
once you stop.
Yeah.
But if you have freckles or moles, when you're getting to your base tan, you're gonna be one
Yeah.
freckly person.
It's true. And
But you
then-
could get to that base tan,
Yeah.
and then
yeah.
get off of it, and then
You still have to get rid of. We were using the IPL laser
Yeah.
on her for a while.
To get
Try
rid
to
of that.
yeah, get rid of that.
it takes a
Yeah.
minute to get that out.
Any side effects?
Nausea.
Increases your libido.
Oh.
It can increase his libido, nausea,
Oh,
and
okay, yeah.
flush. You
Oh,
get
right.
flush right before, and yeah, but it will make you
So
dark.
I ordered it. It came in from Australia, I believe, was the website, and it came in a plastic Ziploc bag in like a paper towel. And I was like, there's no way in hell I am putting this in my body.
Yeah, I wouldn't go with that one.
No.
No.
So I
Yeah,
Could have been sugar.
did not do
No.
that. But it was Melanotan. It was
Huh.
the
Yeah.
brand and
They had
whatever.
Melanotan 1 and 2,
Yeah.
and 1 was killing people bad. They was making people really, really sick and messing them up. Then they came out with Melanotan 2,
Mhm.
and they moved one of the derivatives, and then, you know, there's no long term with it, but it seems if you're not super like moles and freckly and don't have pre-existing condition, on a short-term use,
Mhm.
it seems okay.
Right.
But
Well,
I don't
think
know
it's-
about long-term.
I think it's like all this stuff, like, you know, like
Moderation.
if I go buy, 5 handles of vodka and drink it all in one sitting, I don't think I'm gonna be doing well tomorrow.
Probably not.
But if you do everything in moderation, I mean,
But like Jennifer said, like you had to order that from Australia,
Yeah.
and it came in a napkin paper towel.
they had
It
no
was so
idea.
And there
strange.
is no reason in the planet
Right.
to ban that,
Why? Like,
There's-
yeah.
other than money.
Yeah.
They'll
There's
make
just no
money
reason.
off of it, yeah.
So, and what happens is you wanted it. So then
I was
if-
curious.
you were curious.
Because I
Okay.
have that tanorexia still.
Right.
Right. Okay. So you were curious.
Yeah.
But say that had come properly packaged. You
Right.
still don't know really what it is.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, you don't.
I mean, if it looked good, look,
Yeah.
I would have taken it, but not in a paper towel. But if it looked good, I would have taken
Well,
it.
then
Yeah.
they'll come back out with it and they'll charge you $700, to get it.
Of course. What are you gonna
I
do?
still stick to my spray tan. That's
You know it's safe.
Yeah.
You know it comes off, right? The only thing is you can't lay down for a minute. I went down
Yeah.
that route for a minute.
Is that the video you're talking about with the neck, Tommy? This one?
Oh, yeah.
We're talking about the
Yeah.
neck?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is interesting.
So we're using Radiesse, which is a filler. We're hyper diluting it, so mixing it with saline and a little bit of lidocaine into like a watery consistency, and then injecting it into the neck to as like a biostimulator. So not only is it creating volume, but it's going to be helping with the crepiness of the skin as well.
Holy shit.
That's crazy.
Go back to that before or after, or you got to let it go?
No, that's just a
So it instantly looks good, and then over the next like 6 to 8 weeks, it's going to improve the texture and laxity of the skin as well, because it's a biostimulator, so it's stimulating the body to make its own collagen. Yeah.
Wow.
Now, I know you've done this for a while, but like when you did my forehead up here,
Oh, and that
like,
was some threads at the end.
so fast it
Yeah.
feels like you do it. You're just like, I remember you're like, I'm like, she's done. Like, what the hell? She went all the way around my head. Like,
Yeah.
just from doing it, I guess, right? You just know
I've just
exactly
done
where to
it.
go. And
Yeah. I mean, going on 7 years now.
Right,
And
so-
this is all I do. So, that's kind of,
right.
That's the thread right there, Rob. That's
Yeah.
amazing work.
Yeah, that is.
That is
crazy.
amazing work. I almost redid I won't say the name, but when I had an engineering firm, they were real big around here, and they were doing this.
Yeah.
And we went in to remodel them, and I saw their results. And this is,
it works.
you're unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you're killing them. And
Oh,
I'm not just saying that
thank
because
you.
you're sitting here.
Well, we also do that in like the face, but we also the butt. You can do it in your butt.
And what is it? What is it? It tightens the butt?
You can do it for volume, which would be like a lot of syringes, but also
If you want the oomph.
yes, if you want that.
And the oomph would be like that lip under your butt. So when you wear jeans, there's like a lip. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that little like crease there.
So like the jeans go under the butt,
Yeah,
Mm.
it'd have the volume
right?
lifting. Yeah, or you can do like for skin irregularity, the texture, cellulite.
Do you have guys come in for the butt?
Not as of yet, but I'm open to that.
I think you will, because then that would get them out of leg day.
Oh, there you go.
They can
Right.
get out of leg day,
I hate like that.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Because then you could wear jeans tight.
Yeah.
You'd have a nice ass.
yeah, for
Girl
sure.
wouldn't look at you like, you might have abs, but you have no ass.
That's true.
How many times have you seen that?
My husband needs that.
I heard it for 15 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get
Oh,
that.
Tommy, you got abs, but where's your abs, Tom?
I never
Yeah.
had the abs either, but no.
We have a solution for that.
And I like how you have the financing. It's real. Go to the financing thing. It's real cool how you have it set up.
Yeah. So it's 0% APR for like 6 months. So you can pay it off over time, because we don't want just like, I don't know, we want everyone to be able to do aesthetic treatments, because everyone deserves it. Everyone deserves to look and feel beautiful. So it's not just for, people with disposable incomes. And we get it that it's, expensive or can add up. So, it just makes it easy to kind of pay off over time.
I haven't seen anyone do that. That's why I wanted to
Yeah.
definitely hit this, because I think it's so cool, because you're giving people that maybe don't have a lot of money an opportunity to do this and just pay it over time.
Or it's like an easy way to hide it from your husband
Or that too. Or that too. Right.
And
or
it's-
wife
right.
and-
Or everyone.
or everyone, whatever.
And this
There
is
you
the
go,
best
Rob.
Place,
Yeah.
this is the best place that people can find you and your website here.
Yes. So this is Look Beautiful PBG. That's our website, and then you can find us on Instagram, Nurse Practitioner Jen, and then also Aesthetics Lounge PB.
There's that one. And then, sorry, we're in the picture, so I got to scroll up, and then we're at Nurse Practitioner Jen.
And go to the link trees on both so everybody can see.
And there we go.
Then you can book appointment, Google reviews, pay again. Apply in seconds with Cherry. At first, I thought that meant like cherry on top.
Yeah.
But I assumed that the woman's name is Cherry. No,
That's the plan.
I think it's just
company.
like a marketing thing.
What?
Yeah.
It's a company.
I'll
Yeah.
tall you what. Whoever did
It's
that
just
is.
cherry, like an actual cherry,
But
like
the
that
cherry
they
on
have.
top.
Yeah.
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 But they're good, because that catches
Right.
it catches your attention, because you go Cherry, and then you
Yeah.
look at it again, Cherry.
It's just marketing.
That's pretty damn good.
But there is like a few other companies that do it, but we just like that one. I don't know.
No, I like it too.
Yeah.
And then go back to the other one with the.
And you can book online too, because like a lot of people want to book online these days. So
Yeah,
we're
I
trying
don't
to
wanna
like
call.
appeal.
Right,
I don't
you're
want to call.
booking
Yeah, I hate calling.
I want to be able to book online for the groomers. Like, why do they not have that?
I don't know.
That's true.
I don't know. Just to make it hell, you have to call them every time and wait.
It's so
you
bad.
know.
Yeah, I need to come up with that app.
And you're located in Gardens, Palm Beach Gardens?
Yes, so we're off of US 1 and PGA in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. In in the new Seminole Shops Plaza. So
You like it? They're running
love
good?
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was deserted for like 10, 15 years. It just sat there.
Tons
So,
of space.
yeah, it was huge. So they just refaced it and put all new stores in there. There's a beautiful hair salon called Societe and a boutique next door, Duquesa. Actually wearing a shirt by her today.
So there you go.
Yeah.
So if
Yeah.
if you're bringing your wife into town and you want
Yeah.
to break, just go send her there, and
Exactly.
she or your husband, and get the hair done.
There's a nail salon.
Nail salon. Oh, that's the perfect.
Food. There's
There's
food
Field
there.
of Greens, so good.
Oh,
Pokey
That
Company.
is the perfect day
Yeah.
to say, "Hey, honey, go for the day. I'm gonna go with the guys and watch a game." That's
You just
you got,
go from
you got
like
5
each
hours
place.
apiece.
Yeah.
Right.
There's like a stretch zone. There's a restaurant. There's
Oh, but don't look at the bill when you get
yeah.
back.
But just come to me first.
Yeah, go to you first before you get killed. Well, thank you for your time. It
Thank
was
you so much
very
for having me.
interesting. And
So
please
fun.
come back in and just keep informing us and telling us what's going on. I'm going to come in there.
Absolutely. I'd love
Yeah.
to see you in the office.
I want to do those threads again. I haven't done them in like 5-6 years. They definitely worked.
Yeah, they're
Doesn't hurt?
amazing.
Not really.
So we have laughing gas, which is really fun.
Huh.
Oh, yeah?
Pronox.
Fuck it. I just go in like
Go in and do it?
Nah,
Yeah.
just do it.
It's like you
Yeah.
drink a whole bottle of wine and just wears off in like 4 minutes.
Okay, maybe I will do it. But no, when I did it, what sucks, Rob, is this is fine. I
It's
did
right
it with no
here.
numbing.
It's right here.
there, right?
Yeah.
When they get down to the bottom part where it has to go to,
Yeah.
because correct me if I'm wrong, it kind of like staples something there, and then they
There's-
pull it out.
Yeah, so it has like a little hook on the end.
A hook,
And you
yeah.
have to kind of like anchor it in. So that's where that is feeling. And then we use lidocaine too, but you do feel pressure there.
Yeah.
I have 14 of them in my face, so I know.
Dude,
Yeah.
I got a pie. I think I got.
I love them.
When I did it, I got, I think, 4 and 4.
Oh wait, so I'm late to the game here. We talked about this, but it stays in your face.
It's like a good year. You're not
Oh.
lying.
Year and a half.
Oh.
They
oh.
completely dissolve.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
listen, I every day running with the sweatshirts, every day sauna. I got a good year, 100%.
Yeah. You can tell when they wear off.
And it's one of those things that it's so cool because, like, I didn't notice it. 2 months went by, I didn't notice anything. But people kept coming up to me.
Yeah.
Like, did you do something? Or did you change your diet? But
In 3 months, they like kick in. They look even better. It's
but
crazy.
You know, the entire time I didn't notice
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Because it creeps in on
It's
you and
very,
you look at yourself
it's
every
very
day.
subtle. You just
Yeah.
look more refreshed.
See, that's why it's good because it's subtle. And
Yeah, it's not.
if you don't want to admit it,
Yeah.
you can easily get away with it because it's a slow thing to kick in.
A lot of celebrities are doing
Yeah.
threads.
How many
'cause they
people?
can't.
How many people would you say you see? And I know this is different between men and women, but what he kind of just said that it's you don't want people to know. Like,
They
are
just
there a
wanna look
lot of
good.
your clients, or not really?
Yeah, Palm Beach Gardens is definitely like that. Like they want to get stuff done, but they don't want it to look like they've gotten stuff done.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
So then you got to play the conservative, but yeah, keep them happy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's,
So, but then some of the younger clients, not so much. Like they want to look like they've gotten.
they want to go overboard.
yeah.
Do you have a story, just one last quick story, that we would probably think is funny? It's probably not funny, but was just really a tough one where you corrected it. So not so good in the beginning, but in the end, a nice ending. Like, I don't know, like a butt cheek that had one butt cheek and a flat one.
Dimples.
Yeah, got something done and, had a dimple here, but nothing here. I've seen that too. Whew.
I don't know. I mean, I've just had some like pretty bad lips, under eyes. Nothing too extreme. But
Under eyes must
yeah,
be.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like
right.
where they get really puffy and
Yeah.
yeah. So it's not a good thing, not a good situation.
It looks like mink.
Yeah.
Or they were allergic to something
Yeah.
and blown up.
Yes.
Blown up.
I just had a girl about a year ago. She came in. She had gotten Morpheus on her legs and her abdomen, and she had.
I'm sorry, what's that one?
So Morpheus is microneedling with radio frequency, just a different brand, and it's known for being like very aggressive, and so it's older technology, but they've done a really good job with marketing and paid like celebrities to endorse it and everything, so people ask for it by name. However, it is not the best choice. So this patient came in and she had very large divots on the back of her legs with hyperpigmentation all throughout, and then on her abdomen as well. And so she could not wear shorts, a bathing suit, nothing. And I just felt so terrible for her. I really wanted to correct it. And so it took me about a year. And yeah. And it was a lot of different modalities we had to use with radius, injections, hyperdilute, and building back that collagen. And then I had to put her on a topical hydroquinone to help with the hyperpigmentation. And then I did the our microneedling for tightening. And so multiple sessions. And finally, 2 months ago, she came to me and she just wanted to thank me. And she showed me her legs. They looked absolutely phenomenal. Beautiful, smooth, and she said she just came back from a cruise and she could wear a bathing suit, and it was just so rewarding. So yeah, that was something for me.
And I bet with all this, you already have a foundation. So now it's at the point when something like that happens, that has to be worth more than, anything.
Yeah.
Because you changed somebody's life is what you did.
Absolutely. And it's so rewarding. I mean, and it's using your experience and your knowledge, and just it all comes together full circle. To be able to do that for somebody is just
and
so
drive
awesome.
And relentless, where most other people would just be like, look, it's been 3 months, we're done.
Yeah, I was determined. I was going to fix this for her. Yeah,
good for you.
And I feel like I did it. So
you did, and you're the type of people want working on,
right?
Not these half-ass.
No, I'm a little crazy with that. I'm a perfectionist, so I just like to do the best job I possibly can. This woman now
could go on a cruise.
Yes.
That could never have done that a year ago without crying, probably.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what more do you want?
I'm not going to look in the mirror now and not see as many lines in my forehead.
This guy. We had the perfect ending.
I told you the guys love it. Once they see the results, he's hooked for life now. He'll be back every 4 months.
I mean, what is your message though to one final thought to men? Because like I said, Millie was the one that said go do it. I'm like, no, man, I don't do Botox. Like, nah, that's for girls.
Yeah.
And then still when I sat in that chair, I had no idea I was getting it done, actually. And then she pulls out needles and she's like, all right, here we go. And I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Too late.
But what's your message to maybe a man sitting there and he's maybe had some of the thoughts I had or thought about it, but he doesn't want his buddies to find out and make fun of him?
Grab your balls.
What's your message to the men out there?
I think that if you're feeling that way or thinking about it, then to just come in and have a consultation and just talk about it, and if you get a little taste of it, you're gonna love it. So skincare is really good too, and we can start small and not go overwhelmingly like this 10-step skincare regimen. We can keep it really simple and really effective, and I think it's just going to make you feel more confident and happier, and then the ladies will love it too.
You could break one wrinkle at a time if we have to.
Yeah.
Me?
So small.
Give me the whole
thing?
Give me the whole motherfucker now. Yeah. Let's go. Give it to me. I don't care. It will come back. Whatever movement stuck will come back.
However you want to flow, we can do it all.
No, I don't want to be not moving at all.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
I'll take the banger.
There we go.
But thank you for your time, and please come back in and keep educating us so
absolutely.
we know what the hell we're doing. And we can get Rob doing a couple more things. Threads.
Oh, threads.
Yeah, we'll go get threads.
Laser.
I'll drag. Laser hurts. I got the laser.
Laser hair
Listen,
removal.
I can tell you some stories about that. You got to be ready for that one, pal. That one's a whole nother league.
Gradual baby steps.
That's a league.
Baby.
That's a league of its own.
Yeah.
Baby steps. Baby steps.
Baby steps. I'm all about it.
Yeah, that's a... Thank you very much, Jennifer.
Thank you. It's
I
been a
appreciate
pleasure.
it. It's been a pleasure. We'll have all the links up top and
Awesome.
continued success.
Yay.
Thank you. Thank you. This episode is sponsored by Aurora. Do you know what the fastest growing crime in America is? For years, this crime rate has been surging and affecting millions of Americans. I'm talking about identity theft, and there's a new victim every 14 seconds. Yet despite this, those who have had their identity stolen are often shocked when it happens. That's why I'm excited to partner with Aurora, who is sponsoring this video. Aurora is identity theft protection, fraud monitoring, a VPN, password management, and antivirus software all into one easy-to-use app. Their VPN allows you to stay anonymous online by keeping your browsing history and personal information safe and encrypted. Protect you and your family from America's fastest growing crime. Try Aurora for free for 2 weeks and see if you or anyone in your family's personal information has been compromised. Start your free trial today. Go to aurora.com/MSCS. The link is in the description below.